There's just nobility.
So instantly gonna go to here.
I was gonna say,
can I anyway get in there with my small body? Whoops.
What were you gonna say, Gatz?
I was gonna say, would like any point in the conversation, especially when he's like up into space, would there be any way that Gatz could see the light shining back there? Because it's like, assuming that there's light in this room, you would be able to tell where some light is escaped because it would be further on the wall.
So the only spot where there's light really coming that's actually even in this room is from the fireplace outside. What you guys are seeing is like a small gap that in this place, like the shadow that's cast off the door. So let's see, if I were to put you here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, and I'm just gonna put you here just for shits and giggles, you guys wouldn't be able to see. So you see where the shadow cast through the doorway over there?
Yeah.
So that hard angle is actually why there was a perception DC to begin with, was because you can't really see it, right? It's in shadow darkness. This is just your guys' like perception of that, like while you're in here. It's not like super brightly lit, and then you've got this backdrop of the fireplace casting the shadow. But when you guys like when you guys are like looking into there, putting your hand like into it or through it, you feel like the section of wall that is like the actual load bearing like stud or whatever, there's plaster that kind of goes past it. So what it creates is this almost like lip where you have a section of, basically, if you want to put it in modern terms, sheetrock.
Yeah.
You have, like, if there's stud, you have a portion of sheetrock that hangs off of it. Something that you could potentially, like, break off that might afford you a better way to fit in. This looks, as you guys are investigating this actually looks like this whole wall looks like it was made after the fact. After the rest of this house. This looks like this wall is newer than the rest of the house.
Yeah, because you try to tear away this portion so I can try to slip through.
I'll draw it. I'm going to
athletics check.
Try and like grip the wall, and then first I want to see if it pushes or if it pulls easier, and then do whichever one is easier.
Go ahead and athletics check me.
$16.
You and you are able to free up a section of wall enough for both of you guys to get in.
Oh, looks like we used to do proper.
Inside of here, you see actually very well made weaponry. A couple of like halberds, a spear, a great sword, a big tower shield, and there's a stationery desk. Sitting on top of the stationery desk is this book that is turned like ever so slightly, and it looks to be some sort of like a ledger. Just initially, you're seeing what looks like a transaction ledger, and you guys can both give me a perception check real fast. Jesus Christ.
Thanks.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Detective Gatz, you feel ever so slightly, and I mean ever so slightly, some sort of air movement in here.
And I feel where it's going. Like, is it coming from up
It
above,
seems to be coming from the stationery. The stationery like desk.
Looking at the stationery, is there any sort of like, what is it? It's just like pens, like quill pens and stuff like that, or
on the top of it, like, so this has like several drawers, but on the top of it, there's a writing quill. There's a like the quill's on top of the desk. It's not in the ink like bottle. There is an ink bottle, but it looks to be like dry. It looks to be like it was emptied, and then whatever ink was inside of there has been dried out. This hasn't been used, but it is significantly cleaner than the rest of the place.
She's. So I want to start looking through the papers.
Yeah. So on like just a book that's sitting on top,
Yeah.
all you're seeing is it looks like a log of transactions of the tobacco for gold. You're seeing wheat for gold, corn for gold. You're also seeing cotton for. So gold pieces are GP. Platinum pieces are PP.
So it's financial records.
You're seeing, yeah, it's a buy and sell list. You're seeing massive amounts of cotton for CR.
Cotton or CR.
Would
Is
there
there
be any recognition?
Is there anything that pops out on this list besides that?
So underneath, or like at the, it takes you a few flips to go through to find like the end point of all of these transactions that are footnoted in CR. You do see at the end of it, it says P and then the word to, like TO, HW, and in parentheses SF.
Wait,
Oh, wait.
P or T?
P.
T as in platinum or T as in Terra?
P, the letter P, as in
Okay.
Punji, or
Okay.
yeah.
So P8A2.
No, here, I'll type it out. So,
PO8.
you've got P to HW in parentheses SF. So what I just typed out, P to HW SF, and then you have there is huh? What I have in the chat group here, or in the chat log here, is what you have. I'll write it down in there. P to HW.
Oh, wait.
SF.
I think this is supposed to be pay to Horde, Mr. Hornsweller Weller, and then the 5,500 matches up with the 5,500 of debt. So that might just mean some different way of saying platinum or money, perhaps.
So if gold is in gold pieces, and platinum is in platinum pieces, gold pieces is GP, platinum pieces is PP.
Yeah, would either investigator know credit? Because that's what that is. That is credit.
It's credit. You said it.
Wait,
Can both of you guys give me an investigation check?
give me a second.
Well, actually, never mind. Not both of you guys. Sorry. Detective Gatz. One of the other things with your 19 perception check that you are able to see as you are looking at this, you know, like the writing mat, like there's like a writing mat in the middle of this thing, right? In the middle of this desk.
Yeah, like no stationary stuff, calendars or whatever.
You notice that the hand, like the bottom part where it's like a pen stop, it wobbles almost as if it's some sort of like a hinge or a latch. Like you can see
I wonder if
this. You see this line right here on the icon itself. There's like a horizontal line. Zoom in really far.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah. That actually pulls. If you want to pull it, it pulls like a tick, and it looks like it might actually be able to lift up to make a false a false fucking, what do you call it?
I think I'm gonna open it up. Are you ready?
Ah,
All right,
Open it
I'm gonna need both of you guys to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I didn't decide if that helps at all.
I know.
Oh no. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, bird.
One sec here. Okay. So, Gatz and Shields, both of you guys are going to take some damage.
It's so old in here.
5d4 poison damage.
Uh-oh.
So each of you guys is going to take 14 points of poison damage.
I don't get.
And the saving throw is that Detective Gatz, you are not going to take the poisoned condition. So Detective Shields, you now have the poison.
I knew I'd die this way.
Now have the poison condition. Let's see here. So 14. So you've got 5 HP left. Pip. And you now have poison condition. Let me just do that. As you have inhaled yellow mold, as these yellow spores go out of this thing, and you notice all of these mushrooms that look like they have been growing inside of this container. Looks like they have fully spored, and as you guys open that up, it just all over you guys.
I'm gonna cough my way out of this bitch.
So
Is there anything inside, or just mushroom?
No, there is something inside. You see, it almost looks like what's that called? It's in an oiled envelope, so like it looks like it's made out of like oiled cloth. There's like a sheen of oiled cloth. There's an envelope that has like a tie around it and a stamp, like a seal. What's that called?
Do I recognize the seal?
What's the wax?
That's just a seal.
Oh yeah, wax seal. Looking at the seal, based off of like your job file that you guys had, it is the seal of Franklin Poirot. It is his nobility seal.
I'm gonna take that out.
I'm gonna come.
And being the inquisitive type, I'm gonna turn it around so the seal is not facing me, and then try to open.
All right. So you open it up. It opens up.
Nothing comes up.
Nothing like asbestos doesn't fly out or anything like that. Yeah.
I'm not getting anthrax right now.
Yeah. No anthrax.
Okay. I'm gonna turn it around and like I'm assuming I find like paper.
Yes, you find a stack of paper. The cover letter of it is the last will and testament of Franklin Poirot, copy 3 of 3.
I'm going to take it out, put the envelope back, close it, and then make my way back out as I'm unfolding the paper.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm dying.
And I'm gonna show them to him as he. I'm gonna show him the papers. I think we found it, and then begin looking over them.
I cough up blood over the papers.
You cough up blood all over the papers.
I think I found with paper. Oh, they're already covered in blood. Oh well.
So you're gonna look at the papers?
Yeah.
So
Skip all the rosary parts that we've already read, just straight to the parts that got destroyed.
Right. So what you guys are seeing is, I'll just shorten this up for you guys. The last will and testament of Franklin Poirot, it dictates that Roger is only to get a small fee.
Give me a second. Does it say how much the fee is, or
Yes.
no?
Yes. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm good to go.
Okay, so Roger is to get nothing but a small fee of 2,500 platinum points. Or platinum pieces, sorry. Tracy, having never given an heir to Franklin, is no longer considered as next of kin. As part of the she gets nothing. As part of the contract of her having never, like, their marriage was contractually obligated for her to deliver to him an heir. She never did, so she gets nothing.
Got it.
Carl is allowed to have the lands of like the farmstead land, so the business that you guys are currently standing in, plus the fields and all the workers and so on and so forth, but he is not allowed to sell it for 10 years, as he has to repay his debt before he is allowed to take financial control over the business.
Not able to sell for 10 years?
Yep.
Or until he pays off the debt?
No. He's not allowed to sell for 10 years, period. So that way he can attempt to pay off the debt with the profits for this business. So he is assuming control of the business.
Got it.
Iselda is able to continue with her stipend of, what is that? Hold on a sec, I need to bust this out. Iselda's been given a stipend of 8 times. She continues her stipend of 6,000 gold pieces per year for delivering an heir. But once the heir is dead, if the heir should die before old age, then she is cut off of receiving her stipend.
Right, so she was with him.
According to this, Iselda delivered an heir to Franklin Poirot, but she does not get.
Oh, but I thought I asked earlier, like, Tracy's his ex-wife.
Tracy's his wife, as far as you guys know.
Tracy's his wife.
It's still his wife, but it's the same way that
Tracy's his wife, and Iselda gave him a baby.
Yeah,
but was that known before that she was fucking Iselda?
No, but it was assumed.
I don't know how it was assumed. I really did not.
She lied to you, is what you would consider now. Is that she lied to you?
Okay,
yeah.
This wasn't known, because Josh is making it sound like it was known.
No, I mean, now it's known, right?
I, as Josh, had insinuated it, as Gatz would have as well, just because of the way that Tracy behaved about it and the way that Iselda was dressed and behaved.
That's what he was.
Yeah, but Iselda was with who?
With Franklin.
What do you mean Iselda was with whom?
Culture meeting cousin Franklin was okay. Now in my notes, it's in my notes.
Gotcha. So Iselda, so she's to continue living comfortably.
Set up by Carl, presumed by Roger.
Right.
Oh.
So what you guys would infer from this is that she had a bastard son, but he is still technically the next heir, and her being the mother of the next heir, she is given a stipend to live comfortably. Yeah. If the next heir dies, then she's cut off. Tracy gets nothing.
So Tracy has a huge motive now.
Mm-hmm. Carl's motive in. I think Gatz would also say this. I think Carl's motive is part of a little. Well, if he knew about this, then it would be kind of. And
you guys just learned from Roger that Carl introduced Iselda to Franklin.
But that's what.
Maybe he's getting some of that money. Right?
Because from the sound of it, it sounded like that was just a theory.
All right, so before we die, we have to interview everyone else.
We need to go make. I think we need to go make sure that Isilda's all right.
I'm gonna take
before anything else.
I'm gonna take the contract and put it on my person.
Yeah. I think he would give the contract to him and be like, I think you should hold that inside your pocket. Well, I'm also feeling pretty bad.
Hang on.
Oh, I'm not touching
He
that.
just runs over, throws up.
The blood mixes in with the blood.
That's fair. Wait, do we see? Oh, wait, no, because that was supposed to be back there.
Holy hell, what happened to you? You two don't look so good.
Oh, we
I
found
hate
some.
this old house.
Oh, is that yellow mold? As he like backs up. Oh, wash it off yourself at least.
Wow.
Is the next person in here?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't. Where's,
You guys
I don't have any. I don't have any items.
don't have any items at all?
I don't have anything that can heal.
Whoa! It didn't fucking transmit over your shit. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec.
So on my character, I see lantern, flask.
I don't have shit.
Oh,
dude, I fully kitted you out with like regular stuff. You didn't. Oh god. Yeah, you have like you have the fucking pack. Hold on a sec. That's yeah. I believe Gatz, you should have the. Okay, Gatz has the Dungeoneer's kit, and Shield should have the Explorer's kit. Oh my god, I am so sorry, dude. Yeah, that blows. There it is. Now. Okay. Yeah, you have an Explorer's pack. So you have like a water skin, you have rations, shit like that.
Yeah, take the water skin.
Yep. Yeah, so you rinse off all of that fuck, because you right now you look like someone went with yellow powder all over you, and you just but yeah, you're able to wash off that.
Take the blanket from the mess kit.
Oh yeah, so you're at least more presentable. You still have the poison condition, but you're at least more presentable.
I take a healing potion.
You don't have a healing potion.
What's the point of being this time when healing potions were everywhere?
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's your turn to interview her. Do you have all the questions written down?
Hold on a sec. Here.
No.
Actually, you're right. You're right. You guys are in the past. Hold on a sec. You guys both have one regular potion of healing.
Inject that shit.
Yeah.
Here,
immediately, because he's not feeling too hot, Mr. Stark.
Of healing. So go ahead and use your potion of healings. It's in your inventory. Yeah, no, totally, 100%. Jesus Christ. There you go.
God. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Sweet.
Oh, I fucking love. What's that store called? The bigger one?
Oh, it was
I
it was Magbucks.
Oh, I fucking love MacBucks. I bet they'll never disappear. I bet they'll be around forever.
Oh, of course, he's the best.
They did buy out,
It closed up on me. It closed up on me as I hold up a MacBucks healing potion. MacBucks healing potion. Next year, if you're in the store, be sure to come on down and get your MacBucks healing potion. Available with free with every purchase over 1 gold.
So, heavy-handed product placement aside.
Remember, if it doesn't magnify your day, it isn't MacBucks.
Oh shit, that's it right
That's
there.
a good one. So, oh my goodness.
So as you approach Gatz, the door is locked.
I wave my hand over the alarm spell to disenchant it.
Oh wait, can I get the list of questions from you?
Yeah. And then I think you heard, but I added some at the end, and you also did.
Yeah, I did as well, but that was just based on the situation.
Carl's answers.
Roger's answers. I have
suspects. Here it is.
Can you guys both access the clues thing from the journal entry or no?
No, I cannot.
What the fucking fuck?
I think I could.
When you pulled it up that one time, I was
Wait,
like,
when you
but as soon as I closed it
There you
out,
go. Check now. Check out my melody. It's the one that says clues. I configured ownership for everybody. You guys should be able to now. I've been adding stuff.
Yeah, I have 9 questions, but that's essentially it.
all right, you ready? You got the key for this door?
Is it locked, Kyle?
It is locked. Yeah, she locked it behind you when you left.
I'll hand him the key ring.
All right.
Start. All right. I'm gonna knock on the door. Oh, Miss Tracy is usually in there.
You hear nothing.
Miss Tracy's was called to ask you some questions.
Nothing.
Key ring.
Yep, you try them all. Boom, unlocked. And then as you enter, she's like, "What? I wanted privacy."
We need to ask you some questions. It's going to be pretty quick.
Yes.
If you answer pretty succinctly. Oh.
She looks like she's like fixing her clothes, like standing up from. Maybe she was sitting down in the bedroom. What?
Did we interrupt something?
Insight.
Of course you interrupted something. You interrupted my rest. Okay, go ahead and roll me insight.
You acted suspicious.
For rest.
Not a 3.
Hey, it's a 12. Well, it wasn't 3. But it had a 1 in front of it.
Let's find out. Here we go.
Oh no! She got the 3, baby.
Both of you guys make me perception checks.
What the fuck?
You realize that her dress is wet.
Ew.
You said perception.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna puke a little in my mouth and swallow it because I'm poisoned.
As you guys see, so one, yes, she's very much so hiding something. As she's like, you see, she's like, it was very quick, like her just trying to like fucking smooth out the dress real fast. She's very much so hiding something, which causes you guys to both kind of like scan her, right? You would notice a very, very slight amount of dust around the bottom part of her dress, and around her hands, they seem slightly darkened.
So she's possibly like kneeling on the ground.
I didn't think nobles rock being on the ground or getting dusty.
What is
you
it,
should
a
hire
threat?
a maid for that. No, I was just saying you should hire a maid for that. You don't belong on the floors.
Were you possibly crawling around, miss?
Did you fall down?
I would never. Not unless I was pushed down by some oaf.
Seems like you just got up from the ground. Is there something under the bed?
No, you can check it.
All right.
Well, while he's checking the bed, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Don't worry, we're gonna be pretty quick as long as you give us straight, succinct answers. Was you drinking?
Investigation
today?
check. Shields. Was I drinking today?
Yeah.
Of course not. I would never. I don't drink.
Who do you remember drinking?
Who did I see drinking that I can remember?
Yeah.
Well, of course, the officiate before he,
Before he did departed us. Yep.
Let's see.
Okay, so just to be clear.
Yeah.
She had dust on like where, let's say, her knees would be on her dress, right?
In the lower half of her
lower half.
Mm-hmm.
And on her hands.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm on the ground here doing this investigation, I want to try like moving like below her dress. Like,
what are you doing? Okay.
I'm trying to, like, what if she's hiding something?
You got some nice pennies there, broad.
Because she's confident I'm not gonna find anything here, which just do the fucking roll.
Oh, so you mean like brush by her dress?
I'm trying to do something with my invisible hand.
What are you trying to do?
Like,
trying to get a peek.
I'm trying to swat inside of her dress to see if there's like something hanging there.
like
Creative breeze.
He just slaps her dick.
Cold.
He just slaps her dick, and you just see a little.
I think your dress is bending a little bit.
I'm trying to like how wind would kind of flutter her dress.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Oh.
Like I should do.
And then what was your question again there?
My question was who else was drinking that she saw?
I don't know. Roger always has something, some cup in his hand.
Make sure you got another sheet that has all her answers.
Yeah, I'm separating these into paragraphs.
I'd be surprised if he ever did any work at all. You know, anyways, with that investigation check, underneath the bed, you feel a very, very slight movement of air. And trying to slap a penis underneath her dress, you would see the it doesn't resemble like a gust of wind that shouldn't be there, like a little blow poof of wind. She goes, what was that?
What?
I'm gonna keep crawling, and I'm gonna crawl deeper.
We just asking questions. Don't worry.
No, you were not just asking questions. What just happened to my dress?
All right, you see the notepad? I'm writing down your answers. Don't accuse me of doing nothing. I'm writing down the answers. He's looking under the bed. We're not doing anything.
Well, perhaps maybe the one who was just irate moments ago might know a bit of magic, huh? If you didn't do anything, then maybe it was the other one.
Ma'am, I'll have you know I'm an investigator. I don't do no magic. Hey, Tails, you got any magic? You know how to do magics?
There's a hole down here.
See, he's looking at a hole down. That sounds a bit dirty. He's looking at a hole down there, and I'm asking you a question. We just need some answers.
You would do better in a rogues gallery than the Inquisitors.
Okay. Who did you see pouring a drink for the old officiate before he,
I didn't see anybody else even approach the cabinet. It was just him. You guys were standing there too, right?
We's just trying to set. We's just trying to set whether you're gonna tell us. See, we give up some warm-up questions. This is how proper investigators do it. Since we're not inquisitors like you guys could call us. So we set up some questions to set a baseline, and then if you lie about it, then we know you're lying, and then we catch you. You see?
Here's what I know. My husband died less than a week ago, and now the officiate who was supposed to be explaining the divvying of his belongings just died in the same exact manner. The only two new developments are you two. And now you're in here tugging on skirts of ladies? Like some sort of run-of-the-mill street urchin thieves?
Ma'am.
But I've got one...
I'm 10 feet away from you, and my friend's under the bed looking at a hole. So, maybe it's wind. How do you know it's us? Do you have some evidence that we don't have? Because I don't have any evidence that we's touching you. We's far enough away not to be touching you. And you're starting to aggravate me with these questions when I'm supposed to be asking the questions to you. I'm
aggravating you. I'm aggravating you?
Yes, you's aggravating me right now, and I'm trying to be.
Who's the one that ran in threatening in the name of the Inquisitors? Who's the one that just shoved a notepad in my face, trying to tell me to stop?
I didn't shove no notepad in your face. I'll show you I'm rotten. And I never said nothing about the Inquisition.
Let's try to get back on track there, Gatz.
Sorry.
Going with the question.
Now,
and under the bed, I'm trying to find where this wind is coming from.
Go ahead and I need Gatz to make me a deception check for the deflection. And you're trying to find, you can see the hole. It looks like I mean, based off of your feeling, that's like the only spot where it would come from.
Okay, I'm gonna go to that hole.
You're gonna crawl under the bed?
Yeah.
Okay, you crawl under the bed. You see a hole that you could squeeze through. It literally looks like it goes down in the bottom. It doesn't look like it's like a mole hole or anything like that. It looks like if you were to remove a section of the floorboards underneath, that you could kind of like slide your way in, and it's really dark down there.
Really quick, before we continue on with the questioning, what is her lipstick color?
Looking at her, do you want to be passively looking at her while you're doing this, or are you going to like actively be trying to?
I'm looking at her lips the entire, like I'm looking at her face the entire time. So I think then from that, it would just like looking down from her eyes to her lips wouldn't be that much.
Oh, dude, your passive perception is fucking insane. We'll just go with your passive perception.
Yeah, fucking 20.
So your passive perception alone, you don't see any lipstick on her lips.
I got another question for you before we continue with the nobles. Does you ever wear any makeup? I know you nobles like to be fancy with that stuff.
Well, as you say, you already know how we nobles are.
So why is you not wearing any lipstick now? That's normal for most women. Even my ex-wife had lipstick.
I'm grieving.
Mm-hmm.
Do you always walk around fully throttled so that way you can also show off when you're saddest? I'm sorry, Mr. Peacock. Not all of us
It's not my name. My name's Gatz.
want to doll ourselves up when our beloved has died. Maybe
Can I recall her wearing lipstick earlier in the day?
Go ahead and make me a history check. As she's gonna continue to berate you. Maybe the girls that you're used to down in the brothels of the pit.
No.
Maybe those girls might wear makeup when they're at their saddest. But some of us have a little bit more dignity than that. You don't remember her wearing makeup ever. She, like, from the moment you saw her, her dress was nice. Like, her clothing is nicely made, but she's not wearing like super gaudy shit.
So you doesn't like to wear makeup when you sad?
No, I suppose Eyes doesn't.
Can I make an insight as she's talking back? Like, I imagine it as studying the way that she's looking, because I know that she's angry. So trying to see if she's like her eye movement and her facial features itself. Also, like if she's getting flushed in the cheek, that kind of stuff.
Wait, what are you trying to read on her? Whether insight. She's in pain?
I'm trying to see if she's lying when she.
Oh, okay, yeah. Insight. With the line of questioning that you have now, so far she seems to be telling you the truth. She was lying when you guys first initially walked in, that you remember very well. But with the line of questionings that you're giving her so far, the ones that you've asked her, you don't see any lies from her. Mostly she's just frustrated. But what you do see that she's not like. Oh, real quick, Shields, are you going down into the hole or no?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, so as Shields starts to disappear, you see her, she's like looking down at him, like, and then looking back at you. She has this incredulous look on her face of like, what is happening right now. Like she seems mostly with this insight check. She seemed like the look on her face is like ridiculousness is happening right now.
I don't know if you want me to make a roll for it, but I want to make it a stone wall. Like this is normal. I want Gatz's face to be stonewall. Like this is normal procedure.
Deception check.
You might be mad at me. Cool. Okay.
That is incorrect. It's supposed to be a 9, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, you appear to be stoic. I mean, you with your 22 insight check, the subtleties of her trying to read you are fucking good. What Roger said about nobility knowing how to like learning how to read people and all of this stuff, you know, when he's referring to the games, Josh knows he's like the Game of Thrones, right? You know, it's like the high society political shit.
When you're in the high society, it's never direct stabbing people,
right? It's everything is subtlety, degrees of separation, so on and so forth. It's almost like the ultimate spy like deal. And so seeing her, like, she is shooketh just enough for you to be able to like kind of penetrate the veil of deception for her, and likewise she is not able to focus enough to penetrate your veil of deception as Shields dives under the bed.
Do I also see, like, do I see Shield like completely disappear from?
Oh yeah, he's gone.
Shields, you gotta be careful down there. I can't be down there and asking. Anyways, ma'am, how long did you know the officiate for?
Well, and then we're gonna cut to Shields. Shields, you are in a tunnel that you can walk upright in. It looks as if there is, like, it looks like it's as if it's made from like old catacomb brick.
He's going to.
Oops.
I'm gonna pump one out. There it is. Bedroll, mess kit. He's going to. What's in a mess kit?
Mess kit is like your pots, pans, plates,
or
flatware.
So pretty much what I want to do is I want to wet something and put it over my face and tie it off. Like,
you wanna David Carradine yourself? Oh, I see. You don't want to breathe in the air.
Yeah.
Well, you could probably dump out whatever, like, fucking bag. Let's see. What do you have?
Well, I got a bedroll.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can like rip that up and like water skin it and then use some of the hemp rope to tie it on my face.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
The homemade
a makeshift mask.
You should just around your breathing parts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can do that, no problem. You probably have like a
make it wet so that
you probably have like a replacement, like just like shirt for you to be able to like ninja tie around your face and then splash some water from your water skin on it. You're able to do that as you're walking through. So you're in complete and total darkness. Do you have dark vision? I don't think so. Let me see here real quick.
I'm not seeing my passives.
No, your senses is what it would be under in your attributes tab, and they don't have dark vision. So you don't have dark vision. So you're in complete darkness. Do you want to light a torch down there?
Yes.
Okay. So you fucking fire up a torch. You would see that you are in. It's literally like less than 5 feet wide by less than 5 feet tall. You have to be a smaller individual or move really slowly through this. You find that, let's see here. You are in a nearly straight 65-foot long tunnel. if you're gonna like go the total way across, the tunnel itself goes all the way up, and then it stops 65 feet down, and then to the up you see what looks like a covering, but you can just barely see motes of light poking out, just barely.
I'm gonna go try to pop up.
Yeah, you pop up there, you force up a section of flooring, and you are underneath a desk.
Do I hear anything?
You are beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop here.
Interesting. I'm gonna pop back under and go back.
Okay. So, as he's making his way back, Gatz, what was your question?
How long has she known the officiate?
I've never met him before today.
Can I have my passive insight up for this conversation with her?
Sure.
Now that,
as you're doing the investigation, it will be at less than your full passive investigation.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you're going to be looking at notes, talking to her, looking at notes, thinking back. You're going to be doing a lot of active things, and your passive investigation is going to take just a little bit of a hit. But let me give.
Because I just don't want to be like every question asked you insight.
Right. Let me give her a broad form investigation or deception. Sweet.
That's by the way, before I pop up, I'm gonna put out the torch.
Okay.
Before I go back into the room.
Gotcha. So, this chick's a fucking open book. She's like totally irate. She's not having a good time.
She's not really focusing on hiding this, but she's just fucking pissed off.
You have actually penetrated her defenses now. As she tells you, she's never met him before, and she's telling the truth. Before today, she had never met him.
Got it. Okay. So, what's your relationship with the rest of the people here? Like, let's start with Carl. How do you know Carl? You a good friend? You close with him? You like him? Kind of a piece of shit?
Carl introduced me to Franklin, and we hit it off. I married into the family, if you didn't already know that. And we have been trying for a son for the last couple of years.
I see. So you and Carl pretty close?
Well, considering that he introduced me to the love of my life, I would say yes.
Got it. And what about Rod? What do you think about him? I think he's pretty cool. He makes weapons.
Roger is... Well... He's an honest hard worker.
That's not what you said earlier, though. You said you doubt he done an honest day of work in his life.
I said I doubt he's ever put his hands on his tools. But
he has a room in this house full of tools that he made, he says.
Well...
He didn't seem to be lying about that. And I mean, you sounded kind of mean to him earlier, I'm not gonna lie. So, do you think he's an honest worker? Do you think that he's a lazy piece of garbage? But you just gave me an answer that doesn't mix with the one you said earlier. So that's why I'm trying to ask you, get the final opinion, you know.
I think that you...
This isn't about me. This is about you.
I think it is very much about you. Because you're over here waving your flag of superiority, taking opportunistic times to make yourself seem bigger than you are. Yes, I think Roger is an honest man. So what if I throw jabs at him?
That's funny, because all day today you've been raving about that you royalty, but you got married in, so you's not that nobles, is you?
Listen here, you little shit.
No.
No, she's grabbing you by your collar as she walks up.
I'm gonna grab back.
Yeah.
And like start lifting up.
Okay, yeah, you're lifting up. She's pulling you closer to her.
Listen here.
No, you silence yourself.
But we's the investigator.
You mean the Inquisitor, don't you?
If you want to turn that mode on, I can turn him on.
Fine.
But that's not gonna
turn
be
the
fun.
mode on, please.
I'm gonna throw her onto the floor.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
I need you to make an athletics, and I need her to make an athletics. Because you basically are both grappling each other, so she's still. Yeah. So you've already automatically like you're grappled, right? And you're gonna try to throw her off of you. And me. Yeesh. So you both collapse to the floor as she goes, like, you guys are like doing this tussle where she's like listen here, you are the most repugnant stain I have ever seen.
Really quickly, can I use uncanny dodge to like try to get back up to my feet quicker than her and like
you guys are still in a grapple. You'll have to use your acrobatics to get out of being grappled.
We threw each other onto the floor. Yep. Okay. I want to, like, can I try and, like, push her off into the wall? Like, at this point, if she's trying to throw about superiority and stuff like that and think that she's above she wants Inquisition mode turned on. Inquisition mode stays on in bed, baby. So, there's no more gentle giant. This is now, fuck you. We're asking the fucking question.
So give me, actually, before you do that, hold on. Shields, you pop your head up into the hole at the same time that Gatz, you feel behind you. You're already grappled. You're now being restrained from behind by Roger as he runs in and is like, you've overstepped yourself. And he now has you. And she has you, and Shields, you're seeing this as well. So Shields, the turn is yours as you see you see the point where Gatz and Tracy have each other, and it looks like they're tussling around, like holding on to each other, and then Roger comes up behind fucking Gatz and is now like has him bear hugged behind his arms and is starting to hoist him up. As you kind of scrape yourself out of the bed.
Yeah, you're gonna scrape yourself out of the bed.
Make me look bad.
So he put on his torch. He still has it in his hand, and he kind of waves it around. All right. Everyone needs to just calm down.
He's got this charred cudgel.
Let's stop what we're doing. Everyone just back away from each other.
As Tracy looks to you and goes, the ego of you two. From the dirt.
I don't know.
You asked for this.
Apparently, tempers have flared. I'm asking the nobles to please be noble, and for my partner to please remember we need to work with them. They're not necessarily bad. They haven't necessarily done a crime yet that we can prove. So let's just all chill. I don't know what I can roll with this.
So roll me a persuasion with disadvantage.
I'm going to use Kenku Recall.
Kenku Recall? What does that give you? Let's find out. On persuasion?
On anything. Let me read it.
I'm only give yourself advantage on skill checks you're proficient with before rolling the d20. Nice. Fuck yeah. So straight roll. As Roger, you feel he's got you wrapped, Gatz. He puts his hand open palm to the bottom of your chin, and you see he looks to Shields and he goes, "I'll paint you another picture. You've just assaulted nobility.
I want to use inspiration.
You've just assaulted nobility. Now, if I kill you, nothing happens to me. But if you harm nobility, which is me, then you go to the gallows no matter what. Why don't you let go and we pretend like this never happened?"
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, Gatz. As with my role, I'm doing some.
How about you told your friend here to answer the questions instead of hiding? And then we's gonna get out of here a lot quicker. You might want to be careful back there. I got a special thing hidden. And it's not good for the either of us.
Well, allow me to illuminate what I'm talking about. His hand begins to like glow with a slight red flame as he kind of starts spell casting. And he's like,
can I let go with one hand from...
As soon as you let go, yeah, she cuffs you and backs up. She just like fucking like chest palms you. And he goes, "See? That's not so hard, is it now?"
Now, can I reach back into my bag and grab out that special lovely decanter that I have? Please?
You're restrained, so you're not exactly going to be able to reach into your bag. He's got you. He's got you like this, and then you now have just a hand with a flame coming off of it that's right in your face. I don't think you're gonna be.
Athletics it?
You want to break the restraint?
I want to try.
Yeah, go ahead. Try the restraint break.
It's the restraint breaker.
All right, here we go.
Fucking can't wait for the plus 20.
Dude, so you fucking break yourself out, and he still has you right at the face with a little fucking fire coming off of his palm. So now you've got this sort of where you guys are actually standing in this line. On one side, you've got her who's like, she's not like, yeah, but she's like getting ready to react to something.
She's in a defensive posture.
Yeah. You are no longer restrained, but he has a palm full of fire in your face. And he's like, "You should listen to your partner."
Oh, I'm gonna listen. But here's the thing. We's doing private questioning right now. I'm gonna take the flask out and then with it in the grip of my palm, put it against his palm, like put it near his palm. Yeah, the decanter. Yeah. Put it near his palm and go, "I don't think the fire and the acid mix too well, do they?"
Looks like you've already been burned. I haven't.
Just a little bit.
I think.
Yeah, but it's still gonna hurt pretty bad, ain't it? So, I'm gonna ask Barry.
Lady Trisha, that will be all the questions for today.
You should know. You know beyond a reasonable doubt, if he pops off whatever it is that he's about to pop off, acid burning him, fire burning him, and you're not coming out of this alive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start, as I say that, I'm saying we're not questioning her, we're done questioning her.
You walk into a wall?
Where's the door?
He's in front of it.
Right next to him.
Roger's in front of it. No, so Roger, like you, as far as like, if we take this, let's just take this to the cyberpunk like standoff thing. He won, right? So it's up to you to now de-escalate the situation. How are you going to de-escalate this? Because you've now lost the cock measuring, and he's like, and he knows that like it's balls in your court.
We's gonna finish asking the question. and I need you to tell your cousin's wife here to answer the questions so we can get out of here real quick. Because they're not hard questions. They're the same thing. Actually, we ask you harder questions we ask her, but she just stubborn. So you ask her, please do it nicely. And then we ask her the questions. We ask the other people the questions. And then we out of here.
You know,
hopefully with the culprit.
I think you're onto something. But I'm not leaving this room after what I just saw. So you can ask her the questions, and she'll give you the answers that she gives. And if you so much as lay another hand on her, you'll be dead before you finish your sentence. I might go to jail and get chewed out. I've been chewed out before. But at least I'll get to live another day. Now, Detective Shields, could you please extricate your partner from the situation at hand before he runs his mouth and gets you both in a lot more trouble than it's worth?
Did they see that I'm back under the bed?
Oh, did you crawl back under the bed?
Hey, guys, get out of there.
I'm like right by the hole.
What'd you find in there, Mr. Shields?
Gatz, we're gonna need to back off, cool down. We want to solve this case.
I'm getting cool.
They are nobles. What he said is technically 100% true.
Yeah. What'd you find in the tunnel? Or wherever you went?
Nothing. It's a dead end. It's just a hole. Caw.
So, putting the decanter, actually now he's gonna have the decanter in his arm because he doesn't feel safe with.
As I'm saying that,
holding behind him.
As I'm saying that, I want to be watching her reaction as I say that.
Yeah, when he said nothing, I'm imagining he's gonna look at her.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check.
Nothing. It's just a hole.
17.
When you say nothing, it's just a hole, she looks down very briefly.
Cock balls.
Oh, sorry, you don't see anything. Gatz, I don't know that your insight check is going to be a 17 because
you don't know I'm lying.
Like, yeah.
No, I don't. So that's why I'm saying, like, is she giving any signatures of like, that's not me?
Well, you were previously holding the decanter up to him, right? She's now on the opposite side of you. If you're reading her, not necessarily. Oh no, he didn't. Oh fuck, no, he didn't. he's backing off slightly after you start to put
Roger. I'm not saying Roger turned her back.
Gotcha.
I'm saying
Shields.
as he's pulling back the bottle. Now that the situation has de-escalated, and once Shield answered, he had the bottle. He was ready to take notes.
Oh, gotcha.
So he was looking at her, not him. He's not like,
I see.
What are you doing, ma'am? I've got holes in the back of my head.
You actually notice her hands are in a configuration for spellcasting, and they are glowing purple. What you didn't see was that she was casting a spell on you while you were doing the stand down with him. And when you turn back to her, she's like, that insight check, she's scared more than anything. She's not angry, she's scared. With that insight check, you might even begin to put together the pieces that her anger is the buffer for her fear.
Yeah.
And so for you and her to tussle, then there's this whole thing. Now she's like fight or flight response.
Yeah.
And Shields is nowhere to be found. Shields, you're looking at people's feet. You're under a bed. You can't really garner much.
Yeah,
you can see her. You can see her
only,
ankles.
huh?
This is how we got foot kinks. God damn it.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Now, Miss Tracy, Are you ready to talk to Investigator Gatz? Please say yes. Detective Gatz, I mean, sorry.
If you would just ask the questions instead of whatever this multiple personalities are that you're asking about. Would you like to hear from Lady Tracy Poirot, or would you like to hear from Maiden Tracy? And then she gives you her last name. What the fuck was it? Hold on a sec.
Tracy McBitchin Pants.
Yeah, right.
You guys like? Yeah, it's like Shield.
Or what? Oh, or would you rather hear from Maiden Tracy Liang?
I actually do.
Because those are two very different answers.
What was her last name?
Liang.
Oh, that's a fancy name. No, I want to talk to the Tracy that was married to Mr. Frank, because he seems like a nice guy.
Right, I didn't see anybody pouring anything into that fucking decanter or into that fucking cup. You guys were both there as well. Nobody saw anything besides him pour his glass and turn around, drink it, and die.
And like I said, that question was just to establish that you're telling the truth. And it seems like you is, but you're very defensive. And it's a bit worrying when someone's defensive and we's asking the question. It makes him naturally suspectful. I want you to understand where we's coming from. As investigators, we got to read when people's looking a bit suspicious. That looks a bit suspicious when you's getting up in my feet. So, other than that, what is your relationship with Mrs. I want to say Islanda, but I know it's not Islanda. Isolda? Oh, no, wait. What's your relationship with Mrs. Iselda? Because you seem kind of angry. In fact, everyone seems a bit angry. So, what is your take on her? And how close are you two?
We're not close.
What would you say your relationship is with?
Well, considering I don't know exactly with any proof what her relationship is in this entire thing, or why she would be considered in the will, it only leads me to one of a couple of probable outcomes. And none of them I like.
So you was thinking the same thing that I was thinking when I first saw her. You might be a good investigator at some point, if you ever want to be a detective.
Right.
But it's below your station, I get it, yeah. I'll say it's not close to Iselda. Do not like ideas about her. Got it? We just got a few more questions, don't worry, we're gonna be out of here.
Shields, are you still hiding underneath?
Yeah. So okay, so like I want to have it's like he's popped out now. Like he's still down there, but he has his thing out, so you just see his head with the pad.
Do you have like a sword out on the ground? You're holding yourself up.
Shields, give me an insight check, please.
Yeah, see my picture?
Yeah, I saw. Oh, yeah.
It looks like fucking Darkwing Duck.
What? No,
Shields, she's lying. About, specifically about her feelings and her relationship to Iselda. It's super fucking subtle, dude. It's one of those things where it's like, it's not even like a flutter of an eyelid. You just notice that one of her hands like just does one of these things, but slightly out of view of Gatz.
Madam Iselda.
And she looks down under the bed.
No, this is Tracy, not Madam.
Oh, Madam Tracy.
Liang.
Well, I'm scrolling up to it. Madam Tracy Perot. There be any reason that Tracy gave us a different answer to that question about you?
Wait, I'm Tracy.
God damn it. Would there be any reason that a Zelda gave us a different answer about you?
Roll me deception.
God damn it.
Nice. No, you're on the right track, man.
Crawl back under the fucking bed.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, God.
Oh no, 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 no.
Well, I think that the only reason why you would come to that conclusion is that you have a suspicion. Not that trollop would actually say anything.
All questioning suspicion. Don't mind me. Just keep going with your questions.
No need for name calling you. We just asking questions. So, anyway. So you doesn't like her. I understand. So, what do you do?
Well, currently, I am the overseer of the manor and the employees within. All of the inner workings of the house.
This place.
This is not the manor.
Okay.
This.
Different place.
It's a farmstead, yeah.
The manor in which we live. All of the employees, all of the servants, and everybody that has to coordinate with everything goes through me. I'm an integral part of the inner workings of the house.
So, how easy is it for you to get access AC?
To what?
AC. The stuff that your husband died of and the guy out there, the officiant died of.
Well, that would depend. What kind of acid?
The acid that kills people. Like your husband and the guy out there.
Well, in our latrines, we have gelatinous cubes that reside there that eat our waste. We have black puddings in the dungeons that eat the dungeness waste. We also employ 3 alchemical artificers to replenish us with our own homemade potions. Let alone Roger here, who owns a smithy that, as I am told, employs its own brands of acid. It would be fairly easy for anybody of nobility to gain.
We's more or less just asking to see how forthcoming he is with information. Don't worry, he's not framing you, but, drip of the ass.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If I wanted to get an acid that would kill the officiant for whatever reason I might have, then I would instead want to employ some ruffian off the street to go procure an acid that doesn't have an attachment to myself or my family.
Fair. Okay, so we're just gonna be hypothetical here. What do you think the will contain for everyone that's at the party right now? Just off the top of your head, what do you think everyone's gonna be getting?
Oh, what do I think was bequeathed to the rest of everybody?
To yourself as well, but yes, to everybody in the area.
Naturally, me being the wife of the Lord, the late Lord, I would be given the estate, minus some rather small purses. Fucking Shields, go ahead and make me one more insight check. With advantage this time.
Yes.
Nice.
You know that she knows that's a lie.
About what she'd be getting?
Yeah, you know she knows that it would not be that way, and she just told a bold-faced lie. As she continues, I don't know what Carl would be getting. Iselda would hopefully be getting a noose. Roger, likely a portion of the purse.
And she said she thinks she will get what she, like pretty much what the wife will
that
get.
She would get the estate. minus some small things for everybody else.
Got it. Okay, we got it. Oh, no, don't want to press F12. Don't want to open that console. Didn't know my notepad had F12. So, outside of mourning, do you wear lipstick? And if so, what color?
She absolutely looks just like taken back. She's like,
it's part of the question. Something came up that pertained.
Yes, I understand the hypothetical. Please. The complexities and intricacies of fashion amongst the highborn would dictate that it would be whatever is matched to the outfit. I don't understand. If I were wearing a blue dress, I would wear blue lip shade. If it were purple, then I would wear purple. If it were yellow,
what dress is she wearing right now?
Currently, she's wearing a yellow dress.
Oh.
She's like, it would be about accent and coordination. I would never do something so gauche as to wear black lipstick with a orange dress.
Fair, yes. Not trying to look like a pumpkin in essence.
To do something so gauche would put you outside of the status quo, and you would immediately lose rank and status. Socially, of course.
All right, really quickly, one last thing, then we're going to have you write a thing that just says that you understand the question is done and everything. What is your financial status as of the moment?
Well, currently I'm overseeing the entirety of the Poirot estate.
So I mean, like,
all of it.
How's your coin purse look? Hypothetical, you know, you're saying.
Not that it's any of your business, but my coin purse is looking rather stable, considering that there is only the incomings and outgoings of regular business.
I want to insight the fuck out of that.
Okay, go for it.
I'm always inciting.
Mm-hmm.
I am the insight goblin. I live in the hole in your frost.
I see nothing.
21.
She's completely honest. Currently, the status quo that she is participating in, she's flush, she's comfortable, she has no need.
Mr. Shields, do you want to come up here and get a sign for you?
Just a few more questions there, lady, Poirot. Who do you think killed the aficionado and or Franklin? Carl.
What, you want for me to incriminate one of the other three people?
No, if you don't think it was any of those three, that's fine. Just who do you think it is? Or if you have no idea at all, you can also say that.
Whoever it was that was sending death threats to my husband.
I am studying.
Death threats.
Yes, for months, my husband, the late Franklin Poirot, had been receiving death threats, warning him that he would die by poisoning. He would die by the means of the game.
Have we heard any of this before?
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, no. Sorry. You guys have the the note that said death threats.
Oh, we forgot to read the last part of the note that mentioned the will and see you fuckers in hell. But that part does mention death threat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Okay. Besides your late husband and of course your family name, how would you say is your financial status, just outside of the will?
Once again, even though I already answered that for your
if you already answered it,
here.
you don't need to ask it again. I apologize. That was asked and answered.
Cutting off nobility. Oh, okay.
He's going to crawl from under the bed and give her like the same type of paper and pen that the other guy got, and tell her to write the same thing.
So when you immediately give it to her, she's like, "What am you want me to write out a statement that I understand?"
That you weren't. Any of your answers weren't forced by us. They weren't coerced.
She looks over to Roger like,
we had him signed too.
Roger's like, I mean, I wrote it out. She's like, it wasn't even official paperwork. You're just signing that you believe that you answered everything correctly. Wow. As she goes and she writes it down.
Thank you. You are free to go about and to stay with Mr. Roger, and I formally apologize for any.
Make no doubt about it. We were always free to leave.
What are those called?
This is a problem.
The things that are bad.
We can't even.
I can't think right now. It's like, even though it's daytime, it's like I'm very tired. All right. You're free. Yeah, like you said, you're nobles. You're nobly and blah 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 nobles.
You guys hear the door shut and lock.
Okay. So over here. All right. So Tracy was lying about her relationship with Zelda, and also she was lying about what she thinks she'd get from the estate. I think that she knows she'd get shit. And I think that she's actually closer to a Zelda than appears the eye, Kyle.
I mean, she all rocked to her faces about. She all rocked to her faces about Roger. She said he doesn't touch his tools, and then later said, "I think he's a hard worker." You can't have.
That might be a slip of the tongue, but
perhaps, but I don't think so.
Definitely, they all seem to be working together in some sort of fashion.
It would make sense. It would make sense.
One more thing. That tunnel did not lead to a dead end. That tunnel led to the room with the desk that we found thing at.
So you think that maybe since he was in that room, and you said you heard scratches earlier, right?
I did hear scratches.
Maybe it was scratches of her going in the tunnel to talk to him.
There was nothing in the room that showed anyone else has been in there.
No, there was some dust wiped off the top, right?
You guys had seen that the top of the ledger was cleaner than the rest of the spots, but you guys didn't really see anything that like other than that it was like a lot of touching on stuff.
We know that she didn't find what we found, because
otherwise she would have taken it.
Yeah, well, she would have also been poisoned. Oh, one more sec. I'm gonna throw up a little bit. Sorry, I am poisoned and dying.
So, do you want to talk to Carl next?
I just realized I should have had you been doing all of those ability checks at disadvantage. So from now on, all ability checks that Shields does is at disadvantage unless he uses the thing for advantage. I totally forgot because you have the poison condition.
How long does that last?
So, do you want to talk to Carl first, or do you want to talk to Zelda? I'm a bit more worried about
the Zelda. I'm very curious about.
Yeah.
That's the black fish, or the black duck.
The black sheep.
Black sheep.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why people say that. I think the black sheep better.
Let's talk to her.
Okay. You know which room they was in, so I'm gonna follow you. Do you want to lead with the questions this time, or you want me to?
Yeah, I will lead.
Okay.
He's gonna try to open the door.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and open it. You jammed a stick in there to lock it, and then you undid it, As you guys open the door, she opens the back door and walks out.
Miss
Zelda, we got some
sorry.
questions.
Yeah, sorry that took so long. We have some questions to ask of you.
Sounded like quite the scuffle. I hope Tracy's okay.
Yeah, she is very fine.
Maybe a bit shaky.
Okay, so if you just answer some of these questions in truth to the best of your ability, we should have this all taken care of. Let me just open up a new pad on my notepad over here. Sorry.
Oh no, my notepad.
You look like you have been afflicted by yellow mold.
Maybe, I'm not sure, but I did run into something in this old house.
Well, seeing as how you were rather rude to us, I am inclined not to help you out, but because I'm very well acquainted with this, I will give you the antitoxin. I have a backup of it. I grew up around the yellow mold. There's an antitoxin. I believe I just dropped it into your inventory. It says the venom of blah blah blah. Just fucking use it and then you'll.
Like baby bird.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I know that we've been a bit abrasive today, but some stuff has come to attention that makes the situation a bit more dangerous for some participants in this area. So we're doing everything to make sure everyone is, the people that need to be brought to justice, and the people that need to be protected is protected. We ain't gonna harm you or nothing like that. We both talked it over. He was joking earlier. It was a misunderstanding. I'm sorry about that.
Right.
We aren't gonna get angry. We're gonna ask some simple questions. Just, give us answers to the best of the knowledge,
Give me a persuasion check.
Or, fuck you.
Cool.
So after all these questions, you want to suck me?
Yeah, right?
I'm not good with the high lives, but...
She does that thing where it's like she eyes you once over, and you can't read her any better than she can read you.
Yeah.
Just for this immediate, you don't know whether or not your words are having that much of a difference. Yeah.
I think after reading the will, especially about, since you bore me a hair, 100%, Gatz feels very sympathetic toward and very worried.
What I think, out of character is that she was actually brought in by the wife to give him an heir to split this shit. But let's see. Mrs. Zelda, is that what you like to be called, Zelda? Do you have a preferred way of talking, Carl?
I would prefer Lady Zelda, but you seem to call people what you will, so please.
What you will. Who else? Lady Zelda, do you know who all drank the wine that tragically ended the life of that poor man too soon?
Well, who I saw would be Carl and the officiator.
She, who poured the drink for the officiator by any chance?
It appeared as if he poured it himself.
So, okay. How long have you known the aficionado?
Well, off and on for the past couple of months, I like to keep contacts with, people in the monarchy wherever I can, so as to insulate myself from the goings-on of the crown and those who try to take it for themselves. Go ahead and insight check me, Gatz.
$19. Bitch.
It's not an outright lie.
It's like a white lie.
It's a really good muddling of the truth.
What did she say exactly? I missed.
She said that she's known him for a couple of months off and on, that she keeps him as a contact or kept him as a contact. It's because it's always good to know somebody
Really
in the
quickly,
monarchy.
Looking at her face, a lipstick. What color is it? And does it look close enough to the
Perception check.
The note? Bitch. 12.
What is your relationship with the? How would you say your relationship is with the aficionado, or was?
As she's talking, Gatz, you see that her lips are uncharacteristically darker than what her skin complexion would have, but you don't see any coloration. You could surmise with your passive investigation that if she was wearing lipstick and removed it, that whatever last tinting or staining, the lightest amount of it is on there, but it's not enough to give you a color scheme.
Got it.
But there was something there. My relationship with the officiator, well, whenever I needed something to be stamped or approved, I would go to him, pay him, and I would get what I wanted. That is the way all nobility works.
So you had like a good working relationship.
Of course. If by working relationship you mean I bribed him to do what I wanted, and he agreed.
Yes. What? How would you say your relationship is with Carl?
Carl is rough around the edges, but he introduced me to Franklin.
How long did you know Carl before you met Franklin?
A couple of years.
Would you with sorry, it's spread over different pages here. Tracy. Tracy said that you guys were somewhat friends. How would you describe your relationship with Tracy?
Deception check.
I heard her, you bitch. You're
I'm going to, with that one, I'm going to use my last charge of Kenku Recall.
You gotta beat a 16.
On, baby.
Do it at advantage. What should be double nat ones? Oof.
Oh.
There's a 13. I do it again.
Oh, 15.
I'm poisoned. Oh, wait, no, I'm not poisoned.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot. I was about to say.
I did too.
You're right. And then I was like, oh, wait, never mind.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was deception, not persuasion. Because you're lying to her about Tracy.
Is your deception the same as your persuasion?
No, it's +4, so it'd be an 18.
If that were the same roll.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you do it with advantage anyways. Oh. I see.
Hoisted by my own petard.
Hold on. She goes, I see. Well, Tracy and I, we used to dabble in the same circles before we were both introduced to the life of nobility. This particular nobility, that is. And when we met Carl, he introduced us both to Franklin. Unfortunately, she won out.
So, you also used to be interested in Franklin.
Yes, for a time.
Did the fancy just die off eventually?
Sorry, what?
Did the fancy just die off eventually? Or were you still friends with Mr. Franklin?
Well, I am gracious enough to bow out when I have been won out. I don't tend to hold on to those sorts of things. Men come and go, as we all know.
So with Tracy, your relationship is used to dabble in the same circles, but how about your relationship nowadays? Is it no longer as good since she married Mr. Franklin?
We aren't as close as we once were. I will grant that. Whatever competitive animosities we had with each other, I'd like to think are no longer.
Is she saying that about Roger?
No, Tracy. How would you say your relationship is with Roger, Kyle?
I would say that me and Roger are at a bit of a stalemate. He knows things and I know things, and we agree that neither one of us would particularly press an advantage for the mutual destruction.
I see. So you would say it's not a good relationship, but it's more of just a you stay out of my way, I stay out of yours, Kyle?
Well, we must be cordial, as of course being who we are dictates, but it is more of a mutual respect, and neither of us wants to cross the boundary into animosity and barbarism.
I'm learning very quickly.
Good.
What would you say your relationship, if any, you had with Franklin?
Well, Franklin.
Insider on this.
Franklin was a very straightforward man. Had his head in the game, very much.
You'd say you respected Franklin?
Of course. It's very hard not to.
Would you think this was reciprocated?
I would say. So, give me an insight check there. Fucking Gatz.
Wow. Fuck.
Gatz.
Yep.
And Shields. While you guys ask her this question, she hides the slightest bit of a smirk.
Like, are you saying like the I know I won bitch smirk, or just like a we can't tell that?
With your guys' roll, just a smirk. Okay. It's very quick.
Yeah, we make our own inferences.
It's very quick. It's very sly. But she just goes like I would say it was reciprocated.
Okay. What would you say it is that you do? What takes up most of your time?
Well, currently these days, it is maintaining political diplomacy. You see, there are certain relationships that have to be kept at a status quo so as not to have civilization come falling down around us. I play the game. And I play it well.
So you doesn't do a job exactly?
I think she explained her job. What do you think that the will contained? What do you think Mr. Franklin bequeathed?
Well, seeing as how I was with him when he wrote his last will and testament, I know exactly what is bequeathed and to whom.
Well,
But I more am interested in you, detective, and your question. No, I would not say that I don't have a job. As you can see, 4 of us have ran you in circles to the point of frustration. That in itself is a task that someone who is uninitiated would not be up to.
I would have met most of her job if she's a witch, burn her. I'm joking.
But
It's time for the Inquisition to act.
for those of us who have developed the skills of proper, it is a full-time task. It pays very well.
If you know what the will contained, what would you say if when the poor aficionado was killed, that the will was actually destroyed?
I would say that if the officiate were destroyed before officiating the will, I would say that some of us stand to gain a lot more than others, and that some of us would be forgotten while others would be wrongly placed at their point in status.
I'm inciting that shit.
Oh, she knows exactly what it says.
Both of you guys roll me inside.
Oh, because fuck, we didn't know that she knows what's in it.
Well,
so she knows what's in it. She knows she gets fucked.
The way that she just said that, she knows.
You guys can't get a fucking reading one. Actually, wait here. Hold on. Deception. Let me roll her deception. Oh, never mind. She knows exactly what's to happen. And she knows that with that insight, she also seems fine with what's to happen.
Oh. So she
remember, she gets 6,000 gold pieces a year, which is enough to be comfortable for her.
Does she seem fine with...
Well, if there's no will, she wouldn't get shit.
Yeah, exactly. Does she seem fine with that, or...
She said she seemed fine with it.
The will said that she's already getting the stipend.
Oh, that she would continue getting is what it said.
It doesn't say she doesn't, but who knows?
Fair. So either way, her position doesn't change.
As far as she knows, she's getting the stipend. This way, it puts a cap on it of if the heir dies.
Yeah.
But technically, the other chick who gets, or if the wife got it all, she could just cut her off.
Right. And she also isn't afraid of it.
They're working together on that shit. All right. Miss...
With us? Oh, no, I don't want to give it away.
Miss Lady Zelda, are you, by chance, a fan of lipstick?
Well, when you play in the circles of the upper echelon, you must always present yourself at your best.
Okay, what would you say is your color? Like, what type of lipstick do you usually wear?
give me a deception check because you're trying to roll around, like outright asking her. I want to see if she can insight what it is, like this particular thing out of you.
Yeah, good luck with that, bitch.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm a Kenku motherfucker. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
She has no idea what you're getting at. She goes, I've always been one for the deeper colors.
Okay. Like maroon?
It tends to pull some of the more ravenous tendencies out of men. Makes them easier to mold.
Is her hair brown, or is that like supposed to be a red?
Like a darker auburn.
So you think like a dark red would go well with your general aesthetic, right?
Well, got me in a lot of circles that I normally wouldn't be in.
Okay, not to be too bold here, but what is your financial status currently, would you say?
Well, that is a bit of an improper question to ask, but I'm living rather comfortably.
And this is through your diplomacy work.
In a manner, yes.
You ever you said your relationship with Roger, that it's pretty much you stand up your way to hair. Have you ever visited any of his shops, his blacksmith wares?
No, the blacksmith, as it were, I never fancy wanting to let him quench his steel where it doesn't belong, if you know what I mean. Unlike some of the other...
Are you suggesting that Roger might be chasing you, as it will, romantically?
Make me a persuasion check.
That's why? Oh, because she might not want to say, okay. Oh, good. I don't want her to say.
You know what? You don't need to answer that question. Let's move on to the next one.
Well, I'll tell you this much. He definitely doesn't bend a knee for redheads.
Is she a redhead?
Yeah, she's
dark
got
auburn is technically red, yeah.
She goes, he more often than not finds himself in exotic company.
Do you mean like maybe someone else in this household, or you mean like pretty races?
Or men.
Oh, he could be in the men too. He didn't seem like.
It would be improper for me to obviously point out.
I understand.
Fair.
A quick question, just we've been asking. Who do you think poisoned the aficionado and/or Franklin?
That is a great question. Who stands to lose the most?
We need you to do our job.
She kind of walks past you and shuts the door.
Oh, I thought it was shut already.
Nope. Who stands to lose the most?
Is there a bed in here?
There's a ruined one right over here.
I'm gonna get back under it. She's like,
there's another hole.
She goes,
to hide.
There's a canary that told me that some of the noble born are running into their own financial troubles. Me,
really quickly,
I came from less of a higher standard, so everything I gain is extra credit.
Would you say one of these people that have been running into, let's say, a streak of bad luck, is in this house currently?
I see. So, someone's secrets have gotten out.
Do you mind if I take my partner aside real quickly here?
Well, you're the Inquisition.
We're
detective.
We're done here. Would you just sign this? It pretty much just states that we didn't coerce or force you to answer any of these questions, like that were untrue to you. She fucking roll at me, bitch.
Of course. She takes the thing, she takes it and writes it out.
Alright, if we have any other questions, we should ask you, otherwise you're free to move about the cabin. Not that you weren't before, but you know the gist. We're just trying to do our jobs.
Really quickly, if 2 magic users came at you, do you think you could bend them all?
Yes, I was taught a bit of magic in the last year or so. Might not be I might not be as adept as some of the others in this household, but I think I could hold my own.
So if someone came after you and tried to, you know, in the next, let's say, 30 minutes, try to come in, you know, mess with you.
I could keep myself out of harm's way.
Do you mind yelling out so that we can come and help? Catching someone in the act would be a lot better than
I have no inclination of fighting.
I think we got quite a bit of evidence already, so.
Yes, we have been getting a lot of answers to questions we've had.
Overall insight, I think she knows like everything that's going on, right?
That's what you think?
Because so far with all the insight checks that we've done, it seems like she knows exactly what we have been able to read, confirm through other people's suggestions, and what's in my head and Gatz's head of like putting everything together and how people are behaving, people are acting and stuff like that. And the fact that there's a hole that leads from one place to another where 2 people were at that seem to be very close. She also seems to be making these similar situations. Overall insight, does it seem like she knows that those 2 are trying to fuck around the thing?
He's gonna give you all that.
That's a really big ask. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
This is what you
now give me an insight check.
When you mess with us.
19.
So, based off of all the pieces that you guys have put together and the questions that you have asked her, you think she knows more than the people you have interviewed so far, but there are some missing pieces somewhere. That's your overall insight.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring my comrade off the. But here we gotta talk quickly.
Of course. Take your time.
Oh, close that.
Over here.
Okay.
One thing. Let's look at that page real quick. Do recent threats.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh wait, the due to recent threats page on the.
In house, you bastards in hell. So he's gonna like make sure that no one's watching.
Yeah, okay. Like I imagine they're.
He's gonna pull out the 3rd version.
Stand in this corner right here. Stand in this corner right here, so we can turn away. Are we about to see a fucking scrying eye? God damn it! They're watching everywhere. He gets a 22. Hell yeah!
That's not bad either.
You see Roger just kind of like He's not like on the side of the wall looking, but he's leaning up against the wall facing away from you guys. But like half of him is leaned off of the wall.
I think it'll be more private over here, yeah.
So I'm just gonna like facing this way. I'm gonna take out the will and go to that page.
All right.
That's a full sentence or sentences.
Yeah, of course. So
yeah, reading the now full will. I want to read that. The last page. Let me
get to this fucking clue over here. So,
yeah, that's what we forgot on clue 3.
I see you.
Due to recent death threats made against my house and person, I have instated a third or a copy.
Oh, wait. You go slow. Start over.
Sorry. Due to recent death threats received of my person and my house, I have drafted a third will copy and left it in a stationery in my house at the farmstead. The officiator will have the location. The convolutions of you bastards is appalling, and you get what you get. If you aren't happy with what I have given you, I will see you in hell.
Hey, you want to pull that paper out that she wrote down for you real quickly? And I'm going to take out the note that,
You're going to compare the 3 we have?
No, I want to compare the last one specifically.
Okay. I'll hold it up to him. And I'm going to, after I read this, I'm going to put it back in my coat. Just read it.
Yeah. Put that away. And then, like, pull out the, I want to pull out the card with the,
yeah, with her writing and
then compare it to her writing. Guys, baby, listen, I don't ask you for a lot, but I need this +6 to count, please. Okay.
It's pretty damn close.
13. They don't look exactly identical, but
let me see it.
The reason why it looks pretty damn close is you can tell that the one on the notepad, like the flourishes are kind of there, but they look more rushed. So it might be a match. It's a match.
It's a match. It might be a match.
Like you look at the other ones, they all so far have really good handwriting, which is just showing that they were all taught how to properly read and write, and it's not like chicken scratch bullshit. They're like actually like they were taught penmanship extensively because nobility. Hers is a match.
Now, why did she give this to the aficionado?
The match is also because hers is a lesser quality. It's actually less fancy than the other people's shit.
So here's what I think. She said that she knew the officiate for a while. Usually, I believe wills don't just happen in a single day.
Relationship for 2 years.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure that a will doesn't happen in one day. So it might have been a process.
Maybe she was just thanking him for doing the will.
I think maybe she trusted him or she knew him.
But she didn't seem to care about the will at all. Why would she care that he did the will?
Because she knows in her head the will. And I mean, the only thing that it stipulates is that she loses the money if the baby
exactly dies. So she has somewhat small but still It still doesn't make sense. It still doesn't really make sense.
She still looks relatively young, right? Like she doesn't look like a day above, let's say, 30.
Oh, she definitely looks young. She looks. It's definitely like an Anna Nicole Smith like deal.
I mean, she's getting paid 6,000 gold per year.
Let's just say I think the only thing so far that this proves is that that person is here because of her. That's all this is really showing.
Yeah, but I mean, it shows that.
But why? I have no idea.
I don't proper know.
You also still have one more person to interview.
Yes, let's interview the last one.
Really quick, before we. I mean, you said there was a tunnel from Tracy Road over to Roger.
Not the room per se.
But to the room behind it.
Yes, but he wouldn't have been able to access that room. We're the ones that got access because we moved the drywall.
That drywall was not that thick, right? Like compared to my notepad, they're about relative thickness.
You're saying
well, go ahead.
They could have communicated through the walls. What you're saying, right?
Yeah.
They definitely could have communicated through the walls for sure.
I mean, there was that open space and everything, so there's like they could have talked between the walls. But also, to us, 2,000 platinum seems like a lot. But to him, that might have been like, hey, I was your brother, I was your cousin, and I was there for you, and you kind of fucked me over. Jealousy. And then Tracy, doesn't want the will to go through because she said that she didn't know nothing, but you said that she does seem to know something, and she's getting nothing in the will. So maybe she knew that, and if she destroys the will and the guy who's supposed to know it, then bing bang boom, she get everything.
Look, let's do Roger. He's the one that owes the money.
Carl.
We gotta do Carl. We did Roger.
No, Carl. He's the one that owes money. He's my second biggest on the list.
I think he's pretty clean, but yeah, let's do him. You want to handle him, or you want me to do it?
I'll handle it.
Got it. I'll follow.
You gonna try to open the door?
It is locked.
Hey, Roger.
Give me the keys.
Everything okay?
Oh yeah. I'm just making sure.
You really should have saw from my perspective when it was like we did the checks, and I just see him. His little eye just.
Yeah.
I didn't see the slanted eye.
I'll give him the keys.
Yeah, use the key.
Unlock
it unlocks.
Open it.
Open it up.
You want me to stand back here, or you want me to go in?
You actually see him outside with his pipe and his crystalline glass, and he's just staring off out, watching the plantation happen.
This door is open still, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to leave both of these doors open, but I also want to be back.
You want to be able to see whatever's happening, right? I
want to see through this door in case one of them is trying to peek through and listen, and then I want to be able to be in earshot of these. So I'm imagining that, like right there's a hole. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. You can either take a bit of a negative to your perception to see them, or a bit of a negative to your insight to read this, because you can't really split your attention fully to both places.
I think, can I do specific questions? He'll pay full attention to insight, but otherwise pay attention to the door.
Sure.
Because at this point, there's a certain set of questions that he wants to pay attention.
After he asks a question, but before he gets an answer, you tell me which one you're paying attention to, and that will dictate whether or not you're gonna have a hard time doing one or the other.
Got it.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Carl.
Right.
Sorry that took so long, Carl. Is Carl how would you like to be addressed?
Well, technically, I'm a lord. So Lord Poirot would be great.
Lord Poirot. Alright, Lord Poirot, I have some questions for you.
Aye.
Most of these are pretty simple and straightforward. I would be to ask that you answer honestly as you can, and as descriptive as you can.
Great.
Miss Lord Paro, do you know anyone else who drank from the decanters in the room earlier?
You mean besides myself and the dead guy? No.
Yes.
I take it you were able to recover the will.
I'll get to that, Carl. Lord Paro, in time. Were you at all aware who poured the aficionado's drink?
Yeah, I saw him pour it himself.
How long have you known the aficionado?
Never met him in my life.
So you just met him today?
Right.
I want to insight. Oh, well, I was too late for that. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Go ahead and insight it. I answered pretty quickly.
$15. Damn.
I mean, as far as you can tell, dude, you just met him today.
Yeah.
So if you just met him today, you'd have no relationship with the aficionado unless anything came up today, any slights against you, or any pedigrees you'd like to award his short service.
Well, he had the will, and he was willing to read it. I mean, it's kind of a big ask for someone from the monarchy to come down and read it, but that's great.
A big ask. Would you say he might have been doing it as a favor, or?
Oh, sure. Why not? I mean, I know some folks like to keep their diplomacies about. Tracy's not exactly, what's the word? She's not exactly subtle when she's upset, but she's the lady. Perhaps, maybe Franklin's got some friends on high up.
But you don't know who he was doing it as possibly a favor for, but you would assume it was a favor for someone, Kyle?
Right.
I see. What would you say your relationship is with Lady Iselda?
This one I want to pay attention to.
All right. Well, considering that I'm the one who introduced her and Tracy to Franklin, I've known her for a few years. She's a stand-up gal.
So you'd say a good relationship. True and true. It's always been good.
Of course, I love introducing a little bit of chaos into this bullshit game that these fucking kids play.
You want me to roll the insight?
Yeah, go ahead. When I met her, she was perpetrating herself as a noble. Doing a damn fine job of it, too.
So she wasn't a noble when you first met her, Carl?
I had an inkling that she wasn't, but I could never rightfully prove it, considering she had some great papers, but I've never seen the pedigree before. I figured I'd let it ride. Made a pretty good name for herself, if I do say so myself.
Oh, really quickly, did you introduce the two of them at the same time?
Yeah, he said that.
Oh, okay.
Not at the exact same time, but I know both of them.
Okay, so you'd say it's good. You've known her for years. Before she was possibly a noble, but nothing you can prove.
It's all hearsay, but it's about what you can prove, right?
It is. You see, I have a saying. It is a good saying that I have written down. But fuck it. It's too awkward trying to find it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how would you say your relationship is with Roger?
Well, he's my cousin. I mean, we came up together. We're not blood, but we are related. More so than Tracy or Zelda.
So, would you say you grew up together, or?
More or less. You know how it is. Nobility really only fraternizes with nobility. We're no different.
See, and you've always had a good relationship with Roger, even to this day.
Aye, why wouldn't I?
I'm just asking the questions. He's your cousin. Always had a good relation. On that, can I insight that?
Yeah, go for it. Oh, I'm getting back for all those crits you guys rolled. Holy fuck me.
Right.
Damn.
This guy's just possibly a lying machine, or is confident as shit.
I'm just a loud machine.
It's the stoned face. He's just super stoic. He's like, aye.
That and the drunkenness.
Actually, he has the confidence of a guy who just like sticks to his guns. He just knows his shit. He's got the same confidence that you have when you're comfortable doing what you're doing.
Hence why it looks so natural. Even if he's lying, because of that comfortable face, it looks like he's telling the truth.
Okay. So, nothing much there either. And lastly, what'd you say your relationship is like with Tracy?
I want to pay attention.
Carl.
With Tracy. Well, she's a great gal. It's a shame.
Yeah, I'm focusing on this one too. A shame. What would you say is a shame, Carl?
Well, he's gonna likewise. He's gonna walk down, shut the door. I mean, on account of her being barren and everything. It's too bad.
Oh, that does stuff.
Would you say that they've tried for many years to have they've been trying to have a child?
Of course, it's really not that big of a secret. You gotta consummate a marriage somehow. And after the first one didn't pop, and they tried, and the second one didn't pop, and they haven't really been able to carry. Seems she's got that kind of sickness that's going around stopping kids from being born.
Would you say this has possibly put a strain on their relationship?
Well, not anymore, seeing as how Frank's dead. But it would probably put a bit of a stress on her head. If you're not the mother of the Lord, then you're not really anything at all, are you? In her position.
Can I insight?
I'm just.
Yeah, both of you.
Yeah.
Shields already did, but go ahead, Gatz.
I didn't. Wait, did I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Oh, I must have just blankly did that.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're right. That was from the previous time. And then oh shit,
God,
dude.
Damn.
The dude is fucking hot. He's rolling on a heater right now. He's just like, of course. I mean, think about pecking order.
Anything socially? Have you heard of any tears in their relationship because of this discovery?
Well, I can only speculate, but if I was in her shoes and I had the world on my shoulders, and then suddenly someone took my legs out from under me because I couldn't, bear a child, then yeah, probably would suck. Especially if you're a man who's getting on in age and wants an heir and doesn't have one. Officially, of course.
Really quickly, So, why do you think he chose Tracy over Isolde? Is it just a nobility thing, or do you think it was because of something else?
Well, Tracy actually has bloodline, right? But not anywhere around here, so it's more or less like she's not noble at all. But at least she has someone to vouch for her. Whereas Iselda, Tracy, whereas Iselda's got no one to actually vouch for her. And she says she comes from a place where we're technically about to go to war with. But they're both fine girls. Each of them has barely a handle on it, but they used to be quite civil with each other. Back before this whole mess. I've got to say,
it seems like today has been kind of a nightmare between the two.
Well, you gotta ask yourself, is it real or not? You forget everybody in here is always trying to backstab and second-hand everybody else in order to get every inch above that they can. That's what happens, and if you're good and honest, typically you end up on the bottom of someone's boots.
It was like
or maybe poisoned with acid.
It's not the first noble to be poisoned. Certainly won't be the last.
True. Do you wear lipstick?
Lord Paro, what work would you say you do? What takes up most of your time, Carl?
I want to insight this as well.
Textiles and cottons. Go ahead and insight. Both you guys.
Textiles and cottons, huh?
Right. I handle everything from... ooh, finally, a poor one. Oh, no! And that's even more poor. Oh, and that's even more poor. Damn, dude.
My insight's better than his.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So he's like...
Fucking try to deception me, mate.
You know, like he has been the last... Anyways, so he's like...
The entire time he's been like, that man's so dreamy. I like him. Oh,
the company...
must be doing a job.
The company I run handles everything from picking the cottons and the silk and harvesting silks to our trade with the textile factories in order to make them into the clothing that you guys are wearing on your asses.
Yeah.
I mean, literally,
you work with cotton and text.
Everything you're wearing right now was made in one of my factories.
So you work with
You run a factory.
You work with Mr. Weller.
Several.
With who? And
Yeah, I know the old kid.
I want to insight that as well.
Sure.
Like, does he feel shame when I bring up the name Weller, or is it just like, yeah, whatever?
Go for it.
That was Hornswallow.
Bitch.
Hornswallow Weller.
Oh, fucking fuck it.
Nice.
25.
So you're trying to gain his feelings about him when you're
I'm trying to like, does he, like, when the name Mr. Weller comes up, does he feel like ashamed about, is it obviously you feel shamed or like angry, because we know that he owes him money quite a bit at this point. So it's like, all right, cool, I want to see how you feel about that owing of debt.
Yeah, so as you're talking to him, you drop the name, and he goes, oh sure, I know that old coot. And it looks like immediately he's feigning nonchalance. He's not doing the Arthur fist squeeze. He's not like ooh wooing, oh no, not me, you know what I mean? But he's like he's doing the yeah, I know him. But like, that in itself is the tell that, yeah, he knows him. What the nature of their relationship is, you can't tell either way. But like, there's more than just the like passing glance of it.
What would you say is the nature of your relationship with Mr. Hornswallowed? Oh.
Why, you think you killed him? That'd be kind of funny.
Wait, what?
What would it be funny?
Well,
I don't understand that sentence. Why do you think he killed him?
Yep. Why do you think Hornswallow killed him? Oh no, why, comma, do you think he killed him?
Oh. Possibly. I'm not ruling anything out, Carl.
Well, give me a persuasion check.
You got this. I believe in you. Oh.
Teach you to believe in me, bitch.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, my company and the silver finery have a bit of a contract.
Actually, so you're working partners.
In a means, sure. I've got the raw materials and he's got the slave labor to put it all together to make outfits. He consigns out of my factories.
He just doesn't use those disgusting dragonborn.
I'll go to agree.
Okay. In your opinion, what do you think the will contained, Carl?
Well,
I want to insight the fuck out of it.
Go ahead and insight. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. Probably.
Oh, yeah,
So.
Oh, no, did I go robot? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just for a minute. He goes...
yeah, I switched to Wi-Fi.
What was it that you asked again?
Sorry.
What was it that you asked?
What do you think the will contained?
If I had to guess, Tracy gets shite because she didn't give him a baby. I'm assuming that Roger gets something, otherwise he wouldn't have been called over here. I'll probably get the lion's share of everything. Or maybe Iselda. It's kind of a toss-up. One of us might walk away with everything, and the other one might walk away with nothing. Or somewhere in the middle. But that's just me guessing. And as far as you can tell, Gatz, yeah, he's you can see him doing the mental math in his head.
So
same.
I really think he's thinking about boobs.
I'm thinking about boobs. He must be too. So really quickly, non-standard question, but you said that you and Zelda market the lawn share. If that's true, then did you have a good relationship with Mr. Franklin?
Of course. We're damn near business partners, let alone family.
Got it. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
What would you say that your financial status is, Carl?
I've got enough liquid lying around in my investments to keep me afloat, to keep me flush. Yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead.
I didn't say that earlier.
Liquid?
Right, my investments, my equity.
Bitch. 12.
Not that.
He's like, I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you and tell you that, oh, I've got all the cash that the monarch has. Of course not. We all have our overhead that we need to pay when you're a business owner. Just like how you have to take your wages and count your groceries out of it. I got to take my wages and I've got to discount all of my employees, all of my everything. It's just business. But am I gonna lose my seat? Probably not.
Right. You have enough equity to keep you afloat. I haven't heard that described though yet. In your opinion, who do you think killed the aficionado and/or Franklin?
For that last question, do I think like he was obviously lying about it, or
he was understating.
Yeah, he skirted it. Yeah,
he was understating. The truth of it being that he doesn't have all of the money, but that he
pretty much saying I can survive.
Yeah, but as we know in the real world, if you're rich enough, at least in reputation, you typically don't have to worry about money, right? But he's like, wait, what was the question again? Sorry.
who he thinks killed Franklin and or the aficionado.
Oh, if you want me to point fingers, that's easy enough.
Everyone else has.
I'll bet you it was one of you guys.
Good one.
I don't think it was us. We're not that good at.
Well, if I had to guess, if I'm gonna sit here and put one of my own kin on the chopping block, so to speak, well, I'll bet you it was Tracy.
I never said it was one of you. I never said it was one of you four.
Right.
If you don't mind me asking, what do you think of Tracy?
Easy enough. She's barren. Being a barren woman in this world. Yeah, go ahead. Being a barren woman in this world pretty much marks you for poverty. The fact that she's been lying this long, it's kind of impressive.
I mostly want to see if he's trying to hide, like, well, they've been on the rocks or whatever. Because it sounds like him and Franklin had a really good relationship.
Gotcha. He's not trying to hide any of that. What he's telling you, it seems to be his honest opinion of what's going on. Your insight check doesn't garner whether or not he has any extra information about who actually did it.
Read mine.
Yeah.
What if you think, just in your opinion, Tracy? What if it was multiple people? What if it was people working together?
I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility. I mean,
if it was multiple people, would you still think Tracy was one of them?
Of course. I mean,
but who would work with Tracy?
Well, there's the obvious, right? I mean, Roger, of course. Because let's face it, he's the one that found out she was barren. That man's got more kids than I care to even count.
How did you know she was?
I'll be back.
Okay.
How did she know she was barren?
Well, I'll tell you this much.
Okay.
What was it?
So that's all the questions.
There was one more thing he was gonna. Oh no, you were asking how he knew. How Roger knew that Tracy was barren.
Yeah, how Roger knew that Tracy was barren. Because he said that.
Well, he's got 8 kids, and if you can't get Tracy pregnant, then, I mean...
Wait, but didn't Tracy marry Franklin?
Right, yeah, she did, of course she did.
But then she did...
Seriously, you guys weren't able to suss that out. Look at him, he's panting after her like a lost puppy.
No, I kind of figured because they had a secret hidey hole between the 2 rooms, and they went specifically to their own rooms. Yeah, secret tunnel is pretty funny, and I mean.
Well, I doubt highly that this is them trying to put one in the peg while you guys are off doing your investigation. But
I don't think so. But I think they was talking to each other.
Lord Paro, what would you say if you heard that due to the recent attack, that the will was actually destroyed? Would you think someone would want to destroy the will?
I mean, it looked like it was an accident.
It is quite odd to use acid to poison someone.
Were you more concerned about the officiate or the will when the acid happened?
More to maybe the point. I mean, did you see that the acid did get on the will? Were you aware of that? Did you see that?
Well, yeah, considering he turned, who was it? It was you, and he points to you, Gatz. He's like, you were right in front of me when he collapsed, and he was facing towards me. I watched the whole thing happen.
Did anyone, in your opinion, look distressed that the will was burning?
Well, besides the fact that I'm just trying to get whatever payment I'm gonna get, I think I looked distressed that the will was getting torn up.
Was you the one that said, make sure it doesn't get the will?
Yeah, of course. You don't remember.
I want to insight.
Yeah, go ahead and insight.
Because I'm pretty sure it was him, but I'm not. 1. Oh, fucking goddamn it.
He looks, he's like, yeah, of course, don't you remember? I said, grab the wheel, quick, get it out of there.
I just wanted to make sure.
Meanwhile,
I heard someone say that, but everyone else was kind of acting.
Okay. Thank you, Lord Paro.
Oh, yeah.
Will you please just sign this to state that none of your answers were removed from you and under distress, that they were honest and uncoerced?
How about this instead? I'll tell you no. Because I'm not gonna sign anything that isn't stamped with the king's sigil. No offense.
You don't have to sign it with your signature. You just have to write the words out. Nah, I'm copying. It's fucking talking. Okay.
Right. Yeah, let me just write down some stuff. That'll be great. Sorry, I've been working in business for far too long, and Franklin always told me never sign anything or never put your mark on anything that isn't official.
Yeah, attack him. Okay, all right, well, thank you for your time. If you would please join us back inside, me and my fellow detective ruminate over all these answers we've been giving and the evidence that we've found and the clues that have been left behind.
Well, yeah, you guys get here, and everybody's just sort of like in kind of a huddle.
Lady Iselda, Lord Paro, Lord Roger, Lady
Roger's like,
Trace.
I am still a Poirot.
What?
Well, technically, I'm still a lord.
Oh, Roger's also Paro.
Yeah, all of us are part of the same family in one way or another.
Okay.
Lords and ladies.
Oh, definitely.
Thank you for your time. Me and my fellow detective, Gatz, is going to go over all your answers, go over the clues we found, and...
We got a lot of evidence. We just need to piece it all together.
It shouldn't take us long. We just need to piece everything together. If you wouldn't mind just waiting for us in here while we deliberate with the corpse.
Please.
All right.
No acid.
So we've gotten to the point now where we are going to fill in the three things of who we think it is. So
and now I'm under the thing like I have too much info and I'm gonna fucking miss out on shit because there's just so much. Because I'm sure we have the answer here, but we're gonna fucking look it over.
Here's the best way to do this. Here's the best way to do this. Let's label everybody who has the means, then we'll label everybody who has the motive, and then we'll label everybody who has the opportunity, right? So, who had the means to actually commence this?
Any of them. Any of them could have before we got here. They were all here before us.
So everybody had the ability to do it. Who had the motive to do it?
The one that had...
Tracy and Roger had the most motive.
Yes. Sorry. Tracy and Roger had the biggest motives.
Okay.
Now, Isilda also had a small motive. If she knew the will, she knew that it put a stipend on her shit. But also that the will was gone, that I don't know if she also thought of it or if she didn't already make a prior deal.
Okay.
That she would get more or that it could be taken away. She seemed very confident that if the will was gone, she'd be fine. I think if she's a noble and she's smart, if she's confident that she would be fine if it's gone, then she made a fucking deal.
Okay. And then
either way, she's still getting the same amount. It's just with the will there is a end gap to once the child dies. If the child does die, the money stops as well. Whereas if the will isn't there, she gets it 6,000 a year. Yeah.
So
yeah, the one with the less motive is Roger Paro.
Okay.
You mean Carl?
Roger. Carl isn't Carl the one with the debt?
Carl's the one with the debt. Roger is the blacksmith.
Roger has, I will say, Roger technically has the least amount of motive here, just because.
But he could be helping somebody. Like he would be the biggest helper, though.
Okay.
He has the one with the most access to
if someone was going to work with somebody else, they'd be working with Roger.
Okay. So we've got Tracy, Roger, and Iselda as having motive.
No, Carl, Iselda.
Oh, sorry, Carl.
No, sorry, Carl and Tracy. The one that was Baron, right? The one that was Baron is Iselda, right?
Tracy.
No, that's Tracy.
Tracy.
Iselda had a bastard.
Tracy and Carl have the biggest motive.
Tracy and Carl, the one that you guys just talked to, the one that owes the debt?
Yes, the one that owes debt.
Okay. And then you're taking Iselda out of the... Oh, she has a minor motive.
Everyone has a minor motive besides Roger, but his motive would be... But if you would say he has a motive, would be the motive to help another noble.
Okay.
So he is the least... So in order...
Right.
Most is Zelda.
Tracy.
Baron. No, Iselda's the one with Baron.
No, Iselda's the one with the bastard. Tracy's the one that is Baron.
Oh, I don't have Tracy's questions here. I just have the other three.
Oh, I can post her answers for you.
Because you were the one that did her.
Yeah, he's the one that freaked out on her and attacked her. All right.
So Tracy
I murdered her. I'm sorry.
Tracy, so by order, Tracy, Carl,
wait, what the fuck?
Iselda, Roger.
Okay. And then and then who had the opportunity to do it?
And then with means, they all had the means, but the person that had the biggest means would be Carl.
Gotcha.
Because he physically, we saw him go to the cabinet first.
Ah, okay. Or you mean opportunity?
Opportunity, yeah.
Okay, so Carl is number 1 with the opportunity.
Yeah,
okay.
And everyone else has equal.
Okay, sweet. And then everybody else below that. So who
and then
do we...
means
go ahead.
And means is harder because means they all had the means.
Technically they all could get the acid poison that they had, right?
Yeah, we couldn't, if it was, we couldn't narrow down what type of acid. I know that Roger did say that there's multiple types of acid.
So who do we like to pin this on?
I think primary Tracy, with the secondary, like the accomplice being Roger, because.
So you're saying that Tracy and Roger, poisoned the officiate.
If there was only one, then it was Tracy, though. I mean, the only thing that really ties us with Roger is the fact that
you can totally group multiple people in. That's totally fine. If you're looking at Tracy and Roger as the two that poisoned the officiate and attempted to destroy the will, then you can say that. Or
I mean, I'm just grouping them together. It makes sense that Roger would be the easiest means to get acid without getting questions asked about it, because if she said that she could approach anyone on the street and pay them enough money to get the acid. She more or less brazenly said it, and also on top of that, Roger more or less brazenly said, I have 3 types of acid and only one of them can kill people.
Right.
All right. You just stated out loud that you have, and then he was like, oh, but there's 5 types of acid that can kill people.
After this, I want to go over lies.
Okay. So
over lies. Okay.
Okay, so now who told the lies that stand out to you? So, or at least, okay, right now, currently, what you guys have is you're looking at Tracy and Roger who poisoned them because of means, motive, and opportunity. They all kind of had a chance, they had the ability, and they had a reason. So,
yeah.
Let's go over lies.
Okay, Roger's lies. Or at least things that didn't match up. So Roger said his relationship with Iselda is that they were enemies, that they're not close, and that she did it. Like, he pretty much just did not like her.
Yeah, he said that she was an enemy, and then also he said that his relationship to Tracy was not as close as it was to Carl. But then Carl said...
No, he said they were close. I said Carl and Tracy. He said both of their relationships are close.
Well, he says that he sees her four times a max.
He said that he didn't like Tracy, right?
No,
that's what you're saying.
Iselda.
Or Iselda? No,
he said that Iselda was an enemy. Obviously,
yeah, he said first thing he said was she's an enemy.
Okay.
Yeah. But
and then that she was a spy.
Yeah.
And that it was set up. Like, it was a setup to have her be Franklin.
Yeah, he thought that Carl introduced her as a setup for Frank.
Okay.
It felt like he was trying to plot. He was trying to pin this on someone else almost immediately. But also, he said that I clearly remember him saying his relationship with Tracy was not as close as his relationship with Carl. And then Carl did not mention that much of a fondness in his relationship with Roger. He said, we know each other and we work together.
You know, he said that they grew up together.
Yeah, but that's not really.
Right.
I haven't just written that they were close. The other ones didn't really. They seemed fine.
Okay.
But so, and then not to mention, if he's saying that, and then like he's secretly meeting her, he's obviously.
So that was the next thing. That was the other thing we found out is that he picked his room. He did have a very good answer for why he picked that room.
Yeah.
But also that room was connected to another room that was connected to her room.
Right.
And I forgot to ask her, 100%. I forgot to ask her why she chose her room, and I should have. And she did kind of pick it, but I kind of pushed her into it as well.
Okay. So Roger picked his room, and that's another.
And there was the empty vial we found. That did anything else become of that? The thing you fished out of the fireplace.
He touched the charred shit with his finger, and then it didn't react immediately, so he just like wiped it off, and that was the end of it. The vial, the shattered vial of something.
So we didn't really get much in the vial.
Yeah. I mean, it was already in the fire, so it was probably boiled at the hell.
We didn't find anything on the body that really matched to him.
He said that he financially isn't super rich, but he's comfortable.
Who, Carl?
Or Roger?
No, Carl.
Roger.
Yeah, Carl's comfortable. Yeah.
And then he said that
Roger's comfortable. Yeah.
And then he's just said, "Oh, it's just kind of coincidence that the officiant died, and that it was the guard's fault for not removing the decanter with poison in it." But
he did say maybe.
Yeah.
Because you guys were like, "Who do you think?" And he was like, "I don't know."
That's pretty much.
But the problem is he said he wasn't super rich, but he was comfortable. And then he also said that he had a standing order with the monarchy, with a giant army for 4 gold per short sword, which cost 5 silver, which is half a gold,
right?
For the materials of it. So yeah, he would be pretty comfortable off that. Maybe not super rich, but richer than he was trying to portray himself.
All right, now do Tracy.
She said she was not drinking. She remembers the officiate, and Roger. No. She said she remembers the officiate and Roger.
What lies? So first thing is, what did she lie about? Did we catch her in any lies?
Not.
Like what are her relationships? Like
I wasn't doing a whole lot of super perception checks.
You guys caught her in the lie of, or you guys insighted that she was lying about noticing the dead end. Oh yeah, the will, and then the dead end tunnel question. When you were like, it's a dead end,
that's
and you saw her go, huh?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, I caught her on a couple, didn't I?
Yeah, that and the estate, the will as well. She said that she thought she was going to get the estate. Carl should be getting nothing. Iselda should be getting noose, and Roger a portion of coin. What makes it seems like she doesn't like Carl, and she hates Iselda. So okay, but
so Tracy was lying.
And that was a lie.
Yeah, Tracy was lying. That I did write down the lies I found. So Tracy was lying about her relationship with Zelda, and she was lying about what she thought she would get from the will.
Yeah, those are the 2 big lies that I have. That we incited her.
And now, is there anything else that sticks out from her of what we found around the place? So we did find that her room was connected to the desk room.
Yeah, and the desk was cleaned off on the top, as if someone was searching for something on the top, but not inside.
Yeah, someone read that there was financial records.
Yeah.
We didn't find any lipstick on her.
And she said that she only does lipstick to match the outfits that she wears.
Yeah, and so
but we weren't able to pass the. I wasn't able to pass the insight on that.
Is there anything else that sticks out from hers?
No, those were the two big ones that really stuck out. Everything else is just, well, we have evidence otherwise, and she's kind of downplaying everything, or she's avoiding the question. She
was super sus, but
she got antagonistic when it came up about
so did you. I don't know if you know hold that against her.
Well, no, but she became angry and
she was being a snotty noble.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's what she is though, like in any situation.
Sure.
I just don't think that's good enough to write down.
Okay.
On the other hand, I don't have any lies for Zelda other than she knows exactly about the will and what's in it. But she also stated practically as much. She was like, I was there when the will was written.
Let's compare. Yeah, let's compare which relationship she said was. She said she's known Carl for years. Now, Carl said that he's known her for years.
Yeah,
and it's a good relationship. She said Tracy used to dabble in the same circles and aren't close, and then Tracy said the opposite.
Yeah.
Roger, she said stalemate, that they know things about each other.
Yeah, they have a mutual respect for each other because they know secrets and they don't want to act barbaric.
There wasn't any respect. Respect, she said she respected Franklin. With Roger, it was a stalemate. It was a mutual destruction.
Because they
respect.
Know, yeah, they each know something about each other.
Yeah, I thought that was mutual respect, not mutual respect.
So if anything, I think that shows that Roger and Isilda would not work together.
Yeah.
So if it was Isilda, she acted alone.
Yeah.
But she's also, what we can see would be the least likely. She's just, the only thing about Isilda is I still don't understand why she was so chill about the not caring about the will.
I mean, I think it's quite obvious. Either way, she's getting $6,000 a month. So, of course, she's going to take care of the kid. It's just if the kid dies now with the will that we have,
and then there's the other thing. The whole situation we discovered about the body and the fact that he was there because of her.
Yeah.
Why did she get this dude to come and read it? Now we kind of said, well, maybe she just wanted to get over with. She needed someone, who was, definitely had authority, right? Like if this dude said a will, that's what it is.
Yeah.
This guy has the imperial stamp.
The king. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then why have all this, doing a favor, calling in a favor for this dude to do it if in the end she didn't even fucking care about the thing? Why? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you call in a favor about something you don't fucking care about? So I want that on her. So
I think she would care. I think she would only care about showing them both like, oh, fuck you, like I got this guy in here because of me, even though I'm not a noble by your fucking standard, you pieces of shit. I think it's just pure fucking pettiness at that point.
But yeah, that was because you said she was the clearest. Those are the things with her.
Yeah, she was like the entire time
and not caring about the will.
Yeah, those are to be fair quite questionable and very big question.
But neither of those would put her into killing him.
There was nothing that was outright a lie with her when we as far as
I mean, if I wanted to reach, if she asked this guy to come specifically because she wanted to kill the aficionado, because of maybe some subplot we don't know.
I mean, but Roger did say, I think Roger said that she was a spy, or Tracy did.
Didn't say she was a spy. No, it was Roger.
But she also comes from a foreign land, but so does
and she's also possibly not a noble at all. She's kind of swindled her way into noble society. That was from Carl. So with the Zelda, right on the Zelda, doesn't care about the will. That's one of her question marks. Hang on. I gotta get a fucking full thought out, or else I'm gonna crash because I'm fucking tired. Okay, see, you already fucked me up.
Zelda doesn't care about the will.
Doesn't care about the will. That she pulled in a favor to have this guy come in, the aficionado.
Okay.
And third, that she possibly wasn't a noble, like that she tricked her way into nobility. Okay, I think those are the biggest things with her. So last person, Carl. So Carl owes money.
Yeah.
That's the biggest stamp on his head.
Right. 5,000 platinum, too, which is 5,500 platinum, which is not something to stop.
55,000 gold.
I mean,
gold. Yeah.
I mean, Soul would scoff at it.
Yeah.
Okay. So with Carl, what did we catch? He was the one we didn't catch in shit because we just rolled crap.
We rolled crap, but also he was pretty much straightforward with most of his stuff.
He was also mellow.
He was just being subversive about it. So first I'm going to compare relationships, he said. So getting on with the aficionado, and we can't dispute that. With Zelda, he said it was good, and none of her years were noble, and of course she said the same thing. Yeah.
With Roger,
he said that they were.
No, Carl. No, okay. Okay,
yeah,
Carl. Sorry, with Roger, they're cousins and in-laws and good. So nothing lying there. With Tracy, said it was good and was very open about her being barren, and also stated that at least he knew Tracy and Isilda used to be friends, or at least used to be civil, quote unquote. Nothing really there. I mean, that still shows that another peg against Tracy for lying, since his matches up with Lady Iselda's.
Yeah.
He does have access to acid because he also works in textiles and shit.
Textiles and cottons primarily.
Mm-hmm.
But
he has access like anyone else, but it's not really a stain against him. Like the owing something, but he does have the means to have acid.
And then he was pretty much right about the will.
He was pretty much right about the will.
He thought Tracy would get nothing, Roger gets something, either him or Zelda would get the lot, and then the other one would get some consolation prize.
Yeah, he didn't think that he would get the lot. Like, he didn't think he would get more than he is getting. Because he's just getting, this place that he has to raise money off of.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, this dump he's getting. That's not a lot.
He said he had a good relationship with Franklin.
He did lie about he skirted his financial status.
Yeah, he said,
which you could count as a lie, but yeah.
Yeah,
but
he had a decent amount of liquid asset. Yeah.
But he break down and cry, bro.
Come on, dog. Can I just get $1? Can I just get $1?
I mean, it's the same thing as Donald Trump. Oh, well, all my shit is worthless.
Also, he thinks Tracy did it.
Yeah, and he said possibly Roger as well, which was because when we pressed him for if there was a second party,
brought up the fact it could have been.
Yeah, if there was a second party, he was like, Roger.
I mean, this could be a fucking Oriental Express situation.
So, we have our facts, we have our lies, we have our doubts. Do we have our killers or killer?
I'm locking in Tracy, secondly Tracy and Roger.
Yeah, I'm saying just because of too many coincidences otherwise.
Okay, so Tracy and Roger poisoned the officiate.
I don't want to blame Roger unless I wish I had more on him. Like, really, I just have the fact that I think it's the rooms. It's the rooms that's damning him.
It's not just the rooms. It's the fact that he has the room. He said earlier that he doesn't visit here that often, and he doesn't when we first came in the building before we started doing the actual ride. He said he doesn't come here that often.
Out the gate, I'm not saying Roger.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get that out of Tracy, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah. Maybe offer like a plea deal. Of like,
Understand. This is it. You guys make your choice. There's no more deliberation with the NPCs.
Yeah, I know that.
But
This is the finger pointing thing, and then I'll give you the Fallout end credits of your shit.
If you don't tell me if we're right or wrong, I will fucking kill myself.
I will 100% tell you everything. This is a one.
I did not stay up until fucking 5 to not fucking.
No, dude, I wouldn't do that. All right, are we ready?
Okay, so if we can't plea deal, then I'm gonna say Tracy and Roger. If we can, I'm gonna try to get Tracy to admit Roger did it, but I'm going with Tracy and Roger.
You can't plea deal. Okay, so we're locking in Tracy and Roger.
Can I put something over this dude?
Over who?
Dead boy. I'm just gonna like put my bedroll over him.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he's just.
I want to do it back at the scene of the crime.
Okay, so here we go. Our 2 investigators come here thinking they were going to do one job, ended up doing a whole other thing after an extensive...
Our whole discussion was a montage of us like writing on the walls.
You got the red yarn wall that you guys are doing. You're doing the Charlie Day. So, as you guys finally figure your deliberation, you're set on what you do, you approach the group, everybody looking some kind of way about it, shifty eyes going back and forth between all of the participating NPCs, if you will. You guys point out Tracy and Roger and arrest them. They are taken to the gallows. After being tried, they are hanged to the death.
Okay.
So, as we see, Carl and Iselda.
So, wait. Did my character? Did he do the whole? I wasn't gonna say Roger out the gate.
Hold on. This is what we agreed.
Okay.
Tracy and Roger. As we see Carl and Iselda meeting up, Carl looks to Iselda and goes, "I won't tell on you. But I know it was you."
You fucking bitch. I'll fucking kill you. I'll murder your whole family.
And he looks to her and he goes, "You've got my respect, but you'll never have my aid." As he turns to walk away, Iselda, turning her direction back towards the Manor Poirot with her son, the next heir to the Poirot estate. You guys guessed half correct. It was Tracy, but it was also Iselda. The 2 girls who came from nothing up together. They ran a racket on the nobility and wound their way up to the top. Iselda being the mistress who had a child out of wedlock, cementing her place. If only that kid would be recognized as the official in the will and testament. The kid was recognized as an official heir. Tracy, for her part, in killing her husband, as well as the officiate that was there to dictate the second copy, did not learn about the 3rd copy of the will, but had an inkling. Unfortunately, Roger was just a patsy whose only crime was following the woman he loved. He never did anything. He was just wrong place, wrong time.
Well, that sucks to be him, doesn't it?
It was just that fucking room.
It was just that fucking room and the red herrings around it. You guys have solved the murder. The main culprit was Tracy. She was in cahoots with Iselda. But you guys gathered every piece of evidence that you could. You talked to everybody that you could, with the one exception of listening to the officiate before he died. He would have told you instantly that there was a 3rd will. But The only other piece of
third well.
yeah, you will. I'm not gonna fucking lock it behind one NPC death because you guys didn't just say I want to listen to him before he dies. But the only other piece of evidence that you guys could have possibly found was the vial. If you would have turned off the heat and then grabbed the vial, you would have seen a fingerprint on the char that you then could have potentially put to that you potentially could have put to Iselda, because Iselda, not being of noble birth, would have been getting the acid vial from somewhere else to give to Tracy. And while Iselda knew the officiate, she used that to pull his attention so Tracy could come and poison the decanter.
Why did she call this guy to have him killed?
She called him because she called him. She pulled the favor, as you guessed, just to flex her status, because this was a federal officiate. This was a monarch officiate, and everything about her was presentation to be bigger than what she was, which was just a lonely little street urchin.
That fucking shit that just did not fucking feel right with her. That just did not make any fucking sense.
It didn't. There were a couple of red herrings in there.
Was in the wrong room.
There was a couple of red herrings. Roger did not know that she was the one to do it. He assumed because she was different, and he didn't know she wasn't nobility, but he assumed she wasn't. And so the rumor mill of her being a spy had already been a thing because they're at war. But you guys wouldn't have known that unless you really pressed him for that. Yeah, congratulations. You guys finished it. Fucking 7+ hours. This was fucking awesome.
This is going to be a dual VOD release, and I will let you, you can release on Tuesday, and then I'll release Neo Vegas on Wednesday.
Bro, this was fucking sick.
Because Jesus shit.
I think if we rolled, I'm always gonna believe in my head that if we role played out the accused, that I would have gotten Zelda out of that bitch.
Yeah, I mean, if we had saved it,
if we would have had a torture scene.
Oh, is that like the only way she'd say it?
No, that's not. I mean, you would have, the main incriminating evidence would have been the vial of acid with a fingerprint on it, but also if you would have played into the fact that she's not considered noble birth, if the order that you interrogated people or interviewed people would have changed.
So I thought we were gonna role play it, and what I was gonna do is I was gonna like pretty much accuse Tracy, but then like start walking in the room like, or maybe you weren't working alone. Maybe someone got you.
Trying to psych it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Roger, like trying to say, who gave her this acid? Who would help you?
Right.
And I'd be doing Roger, but I mean, Lady Iselda might also fucking think I'm talking straight to her.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it would have been.
And then as I climactically, because I was gonna first introduce the charred remains of the will. And then afterwards, when all this shit was popping off, I would have fucking threw down the third version.
Third copy. Yep.
It's fucking right here, boys.
Also, the scratching that you heard was Tracy trying to find a third will. She found that area and was like, "This was," because she knew the layout of the house, but that wall that was there, she was like, "No, this doesn't." There's a desk here. But she wasn't good enough to pick the lock to try to open up. Like her investigation, her perception, everything was poor, and so she didn't know that extra thing was there. Otherwise, yeah, you guys would have seen her covered in fucking yellow mold, dying.
There was a chance that she would have found the will.
There was a chance that she wouldn't have known about the trap, but there was a chance that you guys would have heard her dying in the room.
Yeah.
Which then would have likely sent you guys on a different path of who's killing all these people, right?
Yeah. I was expecting someone to be dying, like opening up a door and finding something.
That was the only other person that would have done it. Too. That was the only other person that could have died in this area, because that would have sent you guys spiraling on like a whodunit, like the killers amongst us, right? But
yeah, I was expecting them, when we turned our back to go outside, that they would have ganged up on Zelda, because I thought 100% Zelda was forthcoming with everything.
Dude,
it's not.
This is
like she has a kid.
This is white
There's
collar
no
crime,
reason for
my
her to be
boy.
like, fuck you, Dad. And
This is white collar crime, man. That's all that there was to it. Now you almost slipped up. If you would have, the only fail state would have been if you would have killed one of the NPCs yourself during this time. Yeah. That would have been an instant, because then
I was pretty sure that he would have died.
at that point, I was like, oh shit. Myself. Because if you kill a nobility, the rest of them immediately go, oh, we're mortal, get him. You know what I mean? Like at that point, you're exposing that God can bleed, and then they would have all turned on you.
Yeah, that's why if that popped off, I was just going to run in the tunnel and run away.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
And then I would have came back. I'm like, all right, he's dead. He totally deserved it. I'm not attacking you.
But yeah, that was a dick. Also, the other red herring was Carl's debt. Carl's in debt, sure, but that actually wouldn't have. Yeah, he would have wanted that will to be spat out, because there's a chance for him to recoup his losses if he gets the thing and has to actually perform the business.
That was the only thing on him. Like, and that was one of the first things we found.
Right.
So at the beginning, it was him out the gate, but Tracy's line asked.
Executive
well, no, it was